Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter World livestream of Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. She's back. We've been fighting her for the last 3 days. I'm going through a number of budget builds, using all of the weapons, except for the bow. You know, I don't think that the bow typically runs very well as a budget weapon. Oh cool, my intro played. I just saw that on the screen. But yeah, I don't think the bow has ever been a terrific budget weapon. Anyways, we're going to be jumping into the hammer first, I think, but before we play with the hammer, we're going to have to do a Pursuit 1 track farm. Drop all these off. That was from yesterday. And we'll grab our Forager build here. Alright. Oh, right. The other thing we do is we drop off all our items. And let's check our... what is it called? It's called Botanical Research Center. Let's see what it's called. Botanical Research.
Harvest, harvest.
Yes, let's go ahead and refresh these. Oops, wait a second. Alright, we collected those, and we want to give them Mega Fertilizer. We need Smoke Nuts, because I'm running out of, what are they called? Farcasters. By the way, how's it going, everyone? Here, let me refresh my page. The comments aren't loading. I'll refresh my page, and hopefully I can see what you guys are saying. Alright, let's go ahead and jump to the Gathering Hub. How's it going, everyone? Mythical Rainbow Pyramid. Glad you guys are back. Dest Blackout. Where's my Diablo Shatterer? Okay, we'll do a Diablo Shatter. I think we could do that. Is Kulve Taroth coming back? Sorry, I'm late. Kulve Taroth is already back on the consoles, and then she's going to be on PC next, okay? Save a spot for Big Oof. Alright, we'll do that. Logan Butler. What does your Forget build consist of? So it's not a Forget build, it's a Forager build. And basically it's a setup for gathering materials, because on the Pursuit 1 track farm run that we do against Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth, we're really just gathering tracks, and this means in your free time you can grab materials that you can use on your attack run. I have a whole video on this. You know what? Before we really get started, why don't I grab that video, and I'll post it every now and then in the comment section, because there's so many people who ask about my Forager build, and there's people who I'd like to educate on doing track farming. I think that track farming Kulve Taroth is really good. I'll just find that video. I believe this is it. 6 minutes long. It's a very short video. It's only 6 minutes. It shows you the build that I'm using in this video, and it tells you why you want to track farm Kulve Taroth to Pursuit 1. So you'll want to be able to do this. So let me go ahead and type this. I'm going to add this to the chat real fast. Okay, I'll just save that for later. All right, and it's in the chat room. Right, but let's go ahead and take a look at the build. This is the build that I'm using. All right. And now we can get started. We probably have enough people that we can get started. How many people do we have? Yeah, we're filling up a little bit. We'll probably make it to at least Pursuit 3.
Hello.
Begin the siege. Brad Jackson says, do you have a wide range sword and shield build that still does respectable damage? Yes, so if you want to have wide range on your build and still do respectable damage, put on the full Draken set, but swap the legs out for Lunastra Alpha leggings, and then in your charm slot, add the wide range charm. So that'll give you 5 levels of wide range, but you still have the Draken set, and you should be doing very good damage, but you are giving up a little bit of damage because of the loss of the charm slot, and you're going to be missing attack boost. So you're giving up a little bit of damage, but it's really not too much. Aki says the track farming guide was very helpful. Thank you, Aki. Kimon says, how do I get an invite here? So I think, if I'm saying your name right, Kimon or Kaimon, I think he wants to join our session. And how it works is I always post the session ID in the description of the video, and then if you want to be alerted in our Discord server, you're welcome to do that as well. You can actually also join other people who are hosting Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth from our Discord server, so be sure to give that a look. You can find a link to it in the description of all my videos and in the descriptions of my live streams. How's it going, Energetic Dino? I am very good. I have a bit of a headache, actually. I've been playing Minecraft all morning. I play a lot of Minecraft. It's kind of like what I do to kind of chill out. So I was playing Minecraft and watching Star Trek. It was getting two things done at once.
Reminds me of that time. Now get out there.
Derek Dinkins. We're both named Derek. I'll watch for the hunting horn because I need a build, and I'd watch for now, but you said bow might not be budget. Bow never seems to be a very good budget weapon. It's a weapon that requires a lot of kind of expensive skills that you can't just easily build for. Mighty Bow's an excellent example. For Mighty Bow, you just kind of need the decoration. You're not going to build Mighty Bow with any pieces of armor, and Mighty Bow does affect your damage output by a fair amount. Also, the bow generally does well with the combination of force shot and spread shot, and really there's no two good pieces of armor that don't conflict with each other in the charm slot for that. So you're either only taking force shot or spread shot using the Diablos Neros legs or the Lavasiath legs. Lavasiath. So yeah, bow's just kind of an expensive. I don't know if expensive is the right word. It generally relies on end game gear though. The bow builds do. Good bow builds do.
I'm ready.
Gameconomist, do you think I'll get the spark daggers or heavy bowgun glutton? Yes, both of them. Should I main Greatsword because I got bored with bows? Yeah, so if you are used to using the bow, I do recommend jumping over to a melee weapon because it'll give you a very different experience. That's what I experienced. I mainly played with the heavy bowgun, so jumping over to the melee weapons was a big leap for me. There's a lot of things you have to learn. You have to learn about individual skills that affect that particular weapon. You know how to do a while back I did a video on my thoughts on all the weapons, and I ought to do another video on that because I'm at a point in the game where I kind of really do understand all the weapons. The only problem is we're only 4 months away from Iceborne. Well, I don't know. People still might enjoy it because maybe it'll be fun just to watch it, even if it's not useful. So, why are we wearing this gathering set? Because we might be running around grabbing these mushrooms. Nitro shrooms are used for making gunpowder. Blue mushrooms help you with god bugs and other important items. Barrels for making barrel bombs. Herbs, I suppose, are fine. You can make. You don't have to buy the potions if you pick up herbs. Blue mushrooms. Look at all this. Very useful. And that's really why we have it. Let's take a look at our item pouch. Look at all this stuff we've collected. Some of this is really valuable. Bondberries, Mandragora, 4 of those. That's like 4 max potions. Required to craft max potions. Very valuable. Honey is always valuable. Bitterbug, always valuable. It's like a base ingredient, kind of like the blue mushroom. Devil's Blight is needed for mega barrel bombs. Nitro Shroom for gunpowder. Gunpowder is used for mega barrel bombs. Fire Herb also for gunpowder, large barrels, so you don't have to buy them. So really the gathering set, bringing something like this on your first run, and then running around and kind of filling your items out is really good. Scattered gold chip. I've been told these copper calapas hull also contribute toward pursuit level, but I don't really worry about it. I don't think it's a big deal. Let's see what you guys are saying. It would be cool if you add what you'd like to see changed with the weapons in the Iceborne update for that video. That is a good idea. Maybe what I'll do is an evaluation of where all the weapons are and what I'd like to see changed about them. That could be a fun video. Really, there's always a lot I could do. I've just been very busy this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. Oh, it looks like I forgot to eat a meal at the canteen. Did you know bows have a jump attack? I do know that. Yes, I do. It's a very weak move, so no one ever uses it. I failed 3 times in a row because my team keeps dying. That is really unfortunate, BB Call, because Kulve Taroth is a stingy RNG fight, so losing 3 times in a row is really costly. It means you've wasted probably over an hour of your time. Yeah, you can lose a lot of time playing this. That's why going in with people who know what they're doing track farming at Pursuit 1, it will change your whole Kulve Taroth experience. So make sure you get in with the team. It really does make a big change in your experience. Just turning into track farming. Remember, we always get her in 2 runs, and the first run only took us 8 minutes. Really think about that, 8 minutes. Big time saver. But you can only do this if your group kind of agrees to do it, which is why the Discord has been so popular. I've been told by a lot of people in the Discord how useful it's been, how nice it's been, and people have actually made friends in there, unsurprisingly. I think we're approaching 11,000 people now. I haven't advertised the Discord in a regular video in a while, so I'm sure once I do, we'll probably pick up members faster. My goal is to hit 20,000 members, by the way, and then at that point, it's just to maintain. Oh, let's grab these bugs. We'll grab this fire flower. That's right, I called it a fire flower. We'll grab these herbs. Look at those potions. A Link to Pants says, come on, where's the Dauntless gameplay that everyone wants? That's right, I'm a Dauntless shill now. They're paying me hundreds of dollars to play Dauntless. I don't know, I could have some more Dauntless tonight. Believe it or not, I was actually getting bored of it already. Yesterday I was getting bored of it. It felt pretty grindy. And after, like, okay, so if you want to criticize my evaluation of the game, your criticism is probably going to be, well, you haven't really put an adequate number of hours into the game. But now I've kind of started to put more time into the game, get a better idea for it. I'm very fine-tuned for these kind of games because I've been playing them so much, right? And to be honest, the weapons are not that complex. I kind of wish the weapons were a little more complicated. And they did not feel that complicated. But I don't know, we might play some more tonight. If people are playing it, I'll play it with you. I don't care. I really don't. You know, I'm playing games here. It's about having fun. It's about having fun and complaining, because that's what I like to do. Play games and complain about games. Bill BB Call says, suck but not none you use the rocket greatsword only. I'm not sure what he means. You don't want Dauntless gameplay. What? I have 666 herbs. I have 420 herbs. My team lost in 4 minutes. Well, there you go. At least you didn't waste too much time losing. Daddy Khan says, I'm playing on PC. Should I wait for Iceborne to come out, or should I spoil it for myself? Huh, I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean that you're playing on PC and you don't want to spoil Monster Hunter for you? Because what you should actually be doing is you should be getting ready for Iceborne. That's my opinion. You should be getting ready for Iceborne. If I had to guess, when Master Rank comes out, you either have end game gear or you're not going to be ready for it. That's my guess. I don't know 100% sure, but that's my guess. So now would be the time to get your end game gear and to get a little bit of experience with the game as well. Because if Archtemper Nergigante is any sign of the difficulty that's going to be in the game, the Master Rank is going to be very difficult. I'm very much looking forward to that. I love games that are difficult. Reza, what do you think about Dauntless? Oh, the endgame is so good. Oh my god. You haven't played endgame. You have to get to the endgame. BB Call says, someone asked which Taroth sword to go for. Ah, now what you said makes perfect sense, because they're all bad. The only one that's good is the Wyvern Ignition Impact Greatsword. Dauntless players, go play Dauntless. Monster Hunter players, pathetic. It really does kind of feel kind of like a Fortnite and PUBG kind of thing, isn't it? I remember when those two games came out. It does kind of feel like that. You know, it would be funny if Dauntless overtook Monster Hunter somehow. Wouldn't that be crazy? I don't think it'll happen, but it would be funny if that happened. I don't know if it'd be funny or if it'd be sad. All right, we'll take these off. And what did I say we'd start with? The hammer? Yeah, let's do the hammer first. Probably I have a budget build already for the hammer because I'm a big fan of it. Here we go. Diablo Shatter. This is what the people were asking for. Here's our budget build. We went Handicraft 5. The way we're going Handicraft 5 is we have Death, Stench, Heal, and we're combining this with the the Handicraft Charm. Get that Handicraft Charm early if you're a new player. It's a really good, really good charm. Definitely worth the investment. So here we go. Non-elemental boost, Divine Blessing, health boost, weakness exploit, a little bit of max might. We are not going to be doing as much damage as possible, but it's going to be a fair amount of damage, I think. Pursuit, level 4 reached. Wow, even with the smaller group, we reached it. So let's go ahead and get started. We got a lot of weapons to cover today, so let's try to get this done fast. We're going to have to get through these runs nice and smooth. We don't want any bumps. Because we have, what? Is it 5? I think we have 5 weapons this time. Alright, and what will I eat for? I'm going to eat Chef's Choice Platter because I'm a poor player and I don't have spare max potions. That's why I recommend. Eat for Chef's Choice Platter. We better refresh our items as well. Now, I think it is fair to say that you should mostly be able to make mega barrel bombs for the fight, right? Because in the track, the Pursuit 1 track farm, you should have been out in the field picking up large barrel bombs, picking up nitro shrooms, picking up fire herbs, and picking up Devil's Blight. What that tells me is you should have all the crafting ingredients you need to use mega barrel bombs. So I think using mega barrel bombs against Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth in the actual run is perfectly legit. Even poor players, because they were able to farm those items up, should be able to use those. Skycy says, Gameconomist just got to HR 50 yesterday, never did Kulve Taroth. Is there a difference between normal tempered, Arch-Tempered? Should I start with normal one or start with high tier? I don't quite understand your question. There's only one version of Kulve Taroth to fight, and that's the Arch-Tempered. There's no other version of her to fight. So if you're asking what level do I fight Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth at, you just come join us. It's going to be the same fight no matter what. And trust me, Skycy, it's not a difficult fight. Especially if you watch my stream, you'll see that it's very easy. It's more of a fight of having knowledge. That's most of the fight. Just understanding what you need. Some fights do require skill. Surprisingly, Arch-Tempered Nergigante requires a fair amount of skill. He's a monster who he's going to challenge your ability to react. You're either going to be able to react to Arch-Tempered Nergigante properly, or he's going to mostly kill you. But Kulve Taroth is not like that, though. Kulve Taroth is pretty straightforward and easy. And you'll see that very shortly. So she's already up here. She's gonna go forward.
You ready?
Gameconomist never cards. That's right. Never. I've never carded in my entire history of playing, and anyone who says I have is a liar. Let's go ahead and get these cannonballs pointed over here, even though we probably won't need it. I suspect nobody is waiting to drop the boulder on her. When she dips her head down, hold on, there she goes. She's dipping it down. I'm going to drop it at this point. Because she takes like a step forward, see? Oh, by the way, that's my air conditioner. You're going to hear that a lot. It is hot outside now. It's very hot, actually. So you're going to hear my air conditioner all the time. I have the noisiest air conditioner in the world.
I'm ready.
So I apologize for that if you're hearing it. Well, now, we're not really doing any damage to her, and the main reason for that is because she's not glowing red yet, so she has very bad hit zones. So if you've ever wondered, why don't I do better damage to Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth? It's because of her terrible, terrible hit zones. When her mantle turns red, this means that it's very important for you to start doing lots of damage, because that's when you get your damage in on her. So she's going to jump over here. If she goes through the door she's going through, she always comes out of this door. Here's a nitro shroom. Those are valuable. We'll get our mecha barrel bombs. And I guess we'll craft. Or not craft, I guess we'll sharpen our weapon. Because we made it dull earlier and I don't really care for that. Alright, and look, we'll craft more mega barrel bombs. Because really our weapon's not going to do any damage here. Jesus, go away. Alright, you can see that the barrel bombs are doing tons of damage. Barrel bombs are great. We love barrel bombs. Oh, look at that. All she needed was one shot to the head and those horns were coming off. Me and Dust Blackout are going to do some damage to these horns. We might be able to chip them. Giant horns chipped. That's right. We also built some stun on the horns, so when we get to stage 4, we might be able to get that KO easily. Oops, I don't want to do that. Notice she's turned red now. Good, good, good. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll break this tail too. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it goes. We didn't need this last hit. You can see that we're actually doing a fair amount of damage despite the build being so kind of like crappy. We really don't have a lot of endgame stuff on this build. Alright, she's gonna roar. Yep, there's the roar. She's mad. And Admiral's gonna say, ha 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 ha, good work. So, the funny thing is, we spent this time setting up the cannonballs over here, and they don't really do anything at this point. She's headed off to stage 2, and it's like, we could land them if you want. It's not gonna make like a big difference. Might do a little damage to her parts or something. Here's another nitro shroom, we're gonna grab that. This fire herb's valuable too. Remember, those are used in making more mega barrel bombs. So are the devil's blights. And as usual, I wait on this beetle here to cause some mount damage. Come on, Kulve. Alright. So we did a little more, that's a little more, what do you call that? A little more stun and a little aerial damage as well. We got a little bit of mount damage. That's very important because in stage 4, we want to be able to mount her easily. That sounds kind of inappropriate. What do we have for our mantles? We have the fireproof mantle and the temporal mantle. These will make the fight very easy, but you know what? Just for you, I won't use them just to show you how easy this is. Alright, we rolled through her roar. That's a bit challenging. It's more challenging than the other things I'll show you how to do. It just takes a lot of practice. I do have a very complete roar guide for people who are curious how to get those rolls out, because it is hard to do that, but if you can do it, it doesn't just look fancy. It protects you and it lets you do more damage. Roars can be dangerous. That's what we learned. Oh, he broke that. Did you know that hammers actually do a great job against Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth? Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth, in terms of hit zone values, she's very weak to blunt damage. Well, she's the most weak. I'm gonna get hit by that. Oh, we went right under it. Did you see that? When she rolls, there's always a small opening you can kind of cut through. Alright, that was a stagger. We don't want to cause an actual KO. That would be bad. There's no reason to keep going here. Her back tail needs to be broken. Oh, back tail's broken. Her right forearm's broken. So we need to get on the other side, or she's going to shed, one or the other. The back tail. The back tail and so the left arm and the left tail. Nah, she's gonna go under. That's too bad. So the trick is, if you want her to shed, you need to break all of her parts before she goes back under. And of course, you don't want her to shed until you've broken her parts, what is it, like 15 times? So you have to break her parts enough times, and then after that, you need to take all of her mantle. You need to break all the parts on her mantle before she manages to go back underground. That's the trick to getting her to shed quickly. The arms can be hard to break. The arms have a lot of help. We hit her in the head. We gotta be careful now. We don't want to accidentally KO her. Look, so Admiral says, alright, that should be enough gold for our research. What he's basically telling you is you've broken enough parts, and so your goal at this point is to strip all of her mantle off. And if you can do that, she, like I said, she is going to shed off her mantle, but it looks like we're just not doing enough damage to get that done. We're not being efficient enough. And usually what happens is you get it done in stage 3 because you do it while she's knocked down. That's what ends up happening. We lost Death's Blackout! No! We're waiting for her move, for her attack. What's she gonna do? She's gonna walk forward. We knew she was locked onto us. When you know that a monster is locked onto you, that's when you kind of chill back and you play it smart. Alright, we broke back right side of her tail. She's gonna go to the next area. Oh, she got me. Shamar Jones, Gameconomist, do you know what the next collaboration events will be for Monster Hunter World? Nobody knows. That is a secret. Hopefully a good one. I want Dark Souls. Give me Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, anything with FromSoft would be very cool.
Somewhere.
Death's Blackout says, I got one shot. You gotta look out for that, man. Those thresholds. I was exploring boosting your defense against Arch-Tempered Nergigante because he actually has a few one-shotting moves. And so it's kind of this interesting thing where I think adding some defense to your build, whether at the canteen or with edibles after the fights began, might actually be useful for this particular fight. She's not getting under here, and we got to get her under here, guys. Come on, get over here, man. We got to get her under here. See, she's after him. Oh, there's a risk. Oh, yes. Oh, I got her. I knew that was going to be risky. Some of her moves, she kind of sweeps her tail, and you can drop the boulder on her moving tail. Sometimes. Is a risky move. You might miss. So I'm going to bet she's about to shed. There she goes. Yep. She's going to roar after she swings her tail. I'll never be able to dodge that roar. It doesn't have any good tells, you know, the roar. It just kind of comes out. Oh, I missed it. So we have to break the tail still. Got it. Yeah, we got to get a break on that tail. Let's put our fireproof mantle on. I said I wasn't going to use mantles, but also I'm kind of too lazy to drink a cool drink, so I'm just going to put the mantle on. We'll go ahead and sharpen again, so we have full white sharpness. Our teammates very likely used a Farcaster to go back in order to get crowd controlling weapons, or maybe a stage 4 build, because we're still using our stage 1, 2, and 3 build rather than playing as best as we could. We're kind of waiting for her to come over to. Oh, she's being a kind of a meanie. Oh. Well, she didn't get us. Getting a little. She moved. I guess she changed. Yeah, she changed targets. Ooh, she went right asleep. Alright, so she'll land her head roughly over here. You can see we blew up our barrel on her head as she was falling asleep, and it didn't wake her up, so we did some free damage there. Everybody's got their stuff going. Tyler's gonna get some barrel bombs going. Oh, blown away. That's okay. Actually, I did that wrong. So she needs to become enraged. Also, we need to break the tail. Forgot about that. Alright, so there's her fury.
We're the ones to
That's what I was talking about. She's going to become enraged. We need to break this tail real bad. Oh good, we landed it.
Oh my. Oh dear.
Gameconomist. Hey Gameconomist, GU stream when? Maybe very soon. When I play GU, I have to tell you what, it does have to get a decent audience for me to keep playing it. If there's not enough of an audience, I probably shouldn't keep playing it. But I do need to test it, so we'll see. Okay, tail broken, right? Nice job, everyone. Can we get this mount? Oh, that's a KO? That's a KO. Alright, so there's the KO. Those will probably break her horns right here, to be honest. Yep. Nice job, everyone. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, and I don't even think we were even hurt. So really, if you understand what her moveset is, it's very easy to fight against her. Ripper says, Gameconomist, if Monster Hunter World is so great, why is there no Monster Hunter World 2? Checkmate. Oh, he got me. Damn. Okay, now we get to harvest these horns over here. Gameconomist, is there a way to stop the stream lag? Not that I know of, no. Yeah, every time I stream, it's the same stream lag, so I have no idea. Alright guys, you saw it. We did Pursuit 1 Track Farm, finished that in 8 minutes, and then we broke her horns in another about 10 minutes. So I would say it's a pretty efficient method, a very consistent method of getting Kulve Taroth weapons, and it's not even expensive. So if you've ever heard about breaking her horns at Pursuit 1, I can tell you, only people who are rich are going to be able to afford to do that. You've got to have end game gear, you've got to have tons of Devil's Blight, tons of large barrels, tons of gunpowder already. It's a very expensive way to farm her. And if you're going to farm her to get your entire weapon set from her, all QR weapons, you're going to have to do a crazy number of runs against her. So I don't see you not running out of those consumables. Yeah, I think this is the best method for fighting Kulve Taroth. That's my point. Right? Awesome. Say ooga booga. Ooga ooga. Ooga booga. Techo0 says, Gameconomist, if you do a Genu stream, will you be cycling people in and out? Probably not. I'll probably be playing by myself. How do you feel about kicking players in Area 4? Why would you kick players in Area 4? That sounds silly. It's not like Kulve Taroth gets easier just because you kicked them. You can kick them if you know they're definitely going to die. I don't know. I mean, but look at my build. I don't really have like an end game build, and I did fine. It's really just a matter of the player understanding what they're doing. Actually, you know, if I saw a player with both health boost, Divine Blessing, and a little bit of fire resist going into stage 4, I'd be like, they're probably going to be fine, right? So, no, you're right. If I saw a player with bad fire resistance and no health boost, I'd be like, you're kind of risky. You might die. But I wouldn't boot anyone. That's just not for this activity. It's not important enough of an activity to consider being that stingy. You know what I mean? If you don't like who you're playing with, find a group you like to play with. Don't boot people. Not for Kulve Taroth. Maybe like Extreme Behemoth. You say, you know what? You're going to cause us to lose Extreme Behemoth. And then what you do is you kick them out of your lobby or whatever, your group, before you start. That's more appropriate. But you're talking about having people join you and fight Kulve Taroth until stage 4 and then booting them? That's just mean. You don't want to do that. That's just mean. Alright, Forager. And let's get our item loadout emptied out. And let's get the next one started.
Welcome, welcome.
Kulve Taroth siege. Begin the siege. Vincent DV, Gameconomist, great stream. Do you ever play dual blades during your stream? Would be awesome to get some tips. I do play dual blades. They're one of the weapons I've used least, but I do actually have a pretty solid grip understanding of how they work. So I believe the second budget build video, part 2, had dual blades in it, if you're curious about dual blades. Did it? Yeah, it did. I used the Devil Joe dual blades because the Devil Joe dual blades will do well in stages 2, 3, and 4 altogether. Not as good as if you had optimized using Thunder dual blades and Ice dual blades, but pretty good overall. Alright, we're going to ready up as fast as we can. Actually, let's eat a quick meal. We want to get some stamina. Is the session full yet? I'm pretty sure it's full. Let's see. Wait, it's under player list. Oh, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. It's because of these paddles here. Yep, here we go. We got a lot of people in the session. Look at Half Dan. He finally broke 999. Nice job, Half Dan. You must be very excited. What's my hunter rank? I don't even... You know, we'll find out later. Let's go. Maxim says, Gameconomist, is Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth at 1000 time is still more interesting than Dauntless? No, actually. No. I'm officially tired of Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. I just want the dang weapons that she has. But the fight itself, I've done it definitely 1000 times. I can't imagine. By the way, we're on the second reward cycle with no interesting reward. We're gonna keep count of how many reward cycles before I get my next reward. I'm tired of Kulve Taroth. The RNG for Kulve Taroth is so bad. I don't know any game that is this bad with RNG. Not Destiny, not even Borderlands 2 had this bad of RNG. It's extremely bad RNG. They're like, no, you're going to suffer before you get this weapon. You're definitely going to suffer. That's what the developers were saying when they decided the roll rates on the loot table. They're like, they're definitely going to suffer. They're probably thinking, you know what, we're going to make sure that there's enough loot that people never finish their Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth the loot. That's what they were saying. They're like, we don't want people to be able to finish it. That's their way of making weapons rare, I guess. Mandragora, Adamant Seed, Devil's Blight. Dauntless, you know... The thing is, it's just really bad. It's really... not Dauntless, I mean, Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth RNG is just really bad. I don't know how bad the RNG is in Dauntless, but I can officially say there's no redeeming quality of the RNG for Kulve. No redeeming quality. She's a fun fight otherwise. Like, maybe if all of these cool weapons were spread out evenly amongst all of the end game fights, like all the Arch-Tempered fights, that would be cool. I would like that. But to fight just one monster over and over and over and over for these QR weapons, and to have like 30 rounds, 30 reward cycles, which would technically be about 60 rounds, to get one weapon, you gotta be kidding, man. It's like hunting shiny Pokemon, it feels like. And I could complain about it for a while. I was very early one of the people who said this was not terrific design. It's kind of an artificial way to increase the replayability of the game. Really, it is. Doesn't really contribute anything. Nick says Warframe has far worse RNG than this game. Well, I don't know. You could be right, Nick. I have not played Warframe, so you could be entirely right. All I can tell you is that I'm at 2,800 hours in this game, and I don't know how many hours I've spent with Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. It is a ridiculous amount of time, and I still don't have all of her weapons. I pretty much stream her every time she comes out, and that means playing for hours against her. I don't know how many hours they expect you to play just to unlock one marginally better weapon. It's just a marginally better weapon. Really, it is. Great game otherwise. They just they need more content, and they're so slow with the content. Content's finally coming out in September. You know, when they said it was coming out in the fall, I think most players were like, hopefully that means the fall August, but nope, it's fall September. And then PC players don't even get it into the winter. It's like, oh no. I was hoping maybe all this extra time they've been taking is just so that when it comes out on PC, comes out at the same time as on the console, but nope, it is actually not going to do that. It's actually just coming out very slow. Centra Blue says, some people complain about the lack of total monsters in World. I think it's worse when most of them aren't worth fighting in the endgame. Exactly. So we have a few truly endgame fights. Arch-Tempered Nergigante is a great example. I would say Ancient Lushen, Extreme Behemoth. Those are our main endgame monsters. You could count Arch-Tempered Zenyajiva in there. I think he takes a little while. Until you kind of figure out you can cheese him with elemental ammo or an insect glaive. And then he becomes surprisingly much easier. But definitely Ancient Lushen, Arch-Tempered Nergigante, and Extreme Behemoth. I don't even think the Behemoth feels that difficult anymore. It's just a matter of, do you know what you're supposed to do against the Behemoth? And it's very easy to find out what you're supposed to be doing. What's going on here? Did someone paralyze her? Oh, someone paralyzed her. Anyways. I got distracted there. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of interesting monsters in Monster Hunter World where we just don't get to fight them. A terrific example is Barrett and Gyratotus, which is why people were criticizing the developer stream update that we got, where the first two monsters appear to be kind of like a revamped Gyratotus and Barrett. People are like, well, you know, it's just basically the fight we could have had in Monster Hunter World base game, but we didn't. And now they've taken these monsters and they've reworked them and given them new names, and they've skinned over the skeleton, but even the moves look kind of similar. So there's all kinds of ways to criticize any game. I can tell you Monster Hunter, I think, could have sold us DLC sooner. They definitely could have had more sales if they sold their DLC sooner. I don't know. I'm not an expert at this. I'm not in the business of selling games. Maybe they know something I don't know. They had a very successful game with Monster Hunter World. I think in general in the gaming gaming business they did very well with this game. So maybe they have something figured out that I don't even know. I shouldn't criticize too much on that. Dest the Imposter is back. Gyratotus lovers unite. Gyra is boring anyways. Well, he's boring because he's not difficult. That's why. Can we delete Gyrototus? Let's grab this scattered gold chip. Yeah, he's boring because he's not difficult. Andrew says weapon designs are lazy as well. Absolutely. So look at my hunting horn. It has a base design. It's kind of like a bug base design. I don't know what it is. A bug or an acorn or something. And then they paste some Paolumu skin on the back, and then they're like, we're done. Actually, the hunting horns are some of the better looking weapons even. There's lots of weapons in the game that don't even look this good. So definitely lazy on the weapon design. There are some cool looking weapons in the game. Ironically, or I don't know if the word's ironically, but unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately is the right word. Unfortunately, a lot of the better looking weapons in Monster Hunter World are the weakest weapons in Monster Hunter World for some reason. No idea why they decided on that. They just said, oh, is this going to be one of the best looking weapons? Let's make it one of the weaker weapons. They did that for a lot of weapons. What about Arch-Tempered Gyrototus? We need it. We need Arch-Tempered Gyrototus, but we're not going to get it. We're going to get this new monster in Iceborne. I'd rather be hip checked to Saturn than fight idiot fish. What? One water monster in the game, and it's more mud than anything else. Yeah, I agree. I hope Iceborne is gonna be good. Yes, we all generally want it to be good. Shamar says, Gameconomist, do you know the best decoration for Behemoth gear? I got one shot by Arched Kulve. What? Oh, okay, so he's asking, my Draken set gets one-shotted against Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. What's going on, you're probably getting hit by her fire attacks, and so if you build fire resistance and eat for elemental resist large at the canteen, this will help with the Draken set's very bad fire resistance. However, alternatively, what you can do is just use the Teostra Gamma set. The Teostra Gamma set comes with built-in good fire resistance. You can do either or. The new Nergigante Gamma armor makes the Teostra Gamma armor more efficient, by the way. Odogaron, so sexy weapons. Yep, all the Odogaron weapons look really cool. You just never use them because they're not optimal. Very sad. Are y'all butt picking? What? Can't say that. Gen U has the best looking weapons. I spent a lot of hours making all the hammers and charge blades. I would rather fight Plesioth than Gyrototus. The Nergigante weapons are the coolest looking weapons in the game, and they aren't even worth using. It sucks. Yeah, secretly, I was kind of hoping that we would get an upgrade to the Nergigante weapons with the release of Nergigante, Arch-Tempered Nergigante, but unfortunately that did not happen. So the funny thing is, you wouldn't even want to use any of the Nergigante weapons against Nergigante. David Larson says, we should get a Dauntless collab in World. That would never happen. I could never see that happen. That would be direct competition. That would be helping your competitor out directly. I could never see that happen. Cove budget. Terath Buster Water. That's not budget at all. Oh, this is budget. Bomber Gold Exploder. Alright, so this is a case where we actually do use an RNG weapon, but it's a rarity 6 RNG weapon. Let me show you. Bomber Gold Exploder is a rarity 6 Kulve Taroth drop. You should be able to unlock this fairly quickly, so you won't be able to use this right away, but after you defeated Kulve Taroth a few times, you should eventually get this. Okay, so keep your eyes out for it and save it. It's a good one. Save it. I use it all the time. Let's look at the build. We have capacity boost coming from the Dodogama Greaves, I imagine. We have artillery charm giving us artillery. We have quick sheath, huh? That's an interesting choice. We could have gone with protection. I guess quick sheath is fine. And 2 levels of guard. Oh, those are coming from the Basil set. Also, we have the earplugs. Yeah, that's fine. Who cares? I think that's a pretty decent build. Let's get started. Oh, let's trade out our items. Wait, wrong item set. Here we go. Gameconomist, I can't join. Kick someone. Let's see if we have any kickable people. I'll check just for you. Nope. None of them are kickable, really. You have to wait for someone to leave. Do you think they will make a Kulve Taroth rematch where you have to kill it? I think there is a very large chance of that. Yes. Alright, here we go. We're getting started. Shamar Jones says, Gameconomist, yes, it was a fire attack. Behemoth gear isn't easy to get, so I was a little upset. That's right. So, the Behemoth gear, the Draken armor, actually, even though it's considered meta, if you're talking about just regular, casual gameplay, it actually has pretty bad fire resistance, and there are a lot of dangerous fire monsters in the game. So you have to think about that. Sasquatch says, Gameconomist, what shell type is that Gunlance? It's going to be wide 3. Wide 3 Gunlance. I'm sorry, wide 4. I'm saying the wrong one. Boot Gamer, Gameconomist, love your content from Australia, and I've been catching your live streams at 5 a.m. while I get ready for work. Few questions. How do you melee with the light bowgun and Iceborne Deluxe or Standard? Well, I'm going with Iceborne Deluxe because I have the money and I want that sexy looking layered armor set. It's one of the only layered armor sets that actually looks really good to me in the game so far. So I think that's a great job that they did with that. How do you melee with the light bowgun? On the Xbox controller, you would press the Y button and the B button controller. I don't know what that translates to on the PlayStation controller, but basically, it's the two buttons, the two round buttons right next to each other. You just press them together. Gameconomist, can you make a Flamin' Cannon guide? It looks so good. I want to get the most out of it. I probably won't. It's a terrible heavy bowgun, unfortunately. So I wouldn't bother building it. You have better options. Would a Legia Snowfletcher set without any gamma armor and only a couple optimal decorations be good enough for the last phase? No, you would use... wait, Legia Snowfletcher... Oh, wait, Snowfletcher is the bow, isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry, I was confusing it with a different weapon. Only a couple optimal decorations would be good enough for the last phase. I mean, it's not going to do that much damage. You can do it if you want. You're really talking about not doing much damage to her, though. If you have the para functionality, I think you'll be fine. Alright, so we don't even need this cannon, to be honest, but that's okay. We can load the cannon.
See you around, buddy.
Sean says, I can't believe it's $10 for a layered armor sets. Yeah, it's a bit. I agree. But obviously I play this game almost like as a job, so it wouldn't really make sense for me, of all people, to skip out on it. Nice. Let's get down there.
You can do this. Over here.
Wow, I guess it didn't land. Oh, man. Horn plating broken. Let's get over there. Oops. Giant horns chipped. That means there's nothing else to get done on those horns. Is she gonna turn red? No, she's not. Grab this nitro shroom. We'll grab this fire herb. Remember, that's used for making barrel bombs, mega barrel bombs. You use it to make gunpowder. She's gonna pop up out of here. Speaking of which, we're gonna use our barrel bombs. Okay, somebody blew up our barrel bomb. I don't know who did that. There's our Wyvern Fire. One of the nice things about the we didn't need that either. One of the nice things about the Gunlance. Oh, she's gonna come flying out of here. Too early on that? Too early on that. Oh, nice. I didn't actually hit them. That's good. Yeah, it would have been too early. Yeah, one of the nice things about using a Gunlance is that shelling ignores Kulve Taroth's bad hitbox zones. Hit zones. Not hitbox zones, hit zones. Confuse those words. Is the Otogaron light bowgun really not good? I thought it was one of the better ones. The Otogaron light bowgun is decent. However, it's pretty heavily outclassed by both the Taroth shot and the Taroth support. Alright, she's on her way. It's good for players who don't have any Kulve Taroth weapons. And they want to use normal ammo too. It's a pretty cheap ammo type. Can you do a budget build for the Dark Devourer? Where do you say that? There it is. I want to get into heavy bowgun, but I don't know what to use. Send nudes, please. I'm not sending you nudes. I'm just kidding. Yes, I could probably make that. I can make it for you right now, live, if you want to hear my... If you can just listen to the words. So, for making a budget build for the Dark Devourer, it's like playing chess without the board. That's how many times I've made these builds. You would use... In the leg slot and the helmet slot, you'd use Kieran legs, beta, and in the head slot, you would use Kulve Taroth helmet, beta. This gives you ammo up level 3. Then, in the chest, arms, and waist slot, you're going to use Zenitjiva beta armor. And this is going to give you spare shot. Once you've put those together, you're basically done. That's all you really need for a good cluster bomb set, because the cluster bombs on their own do so much damage. The other thing I would pay attention to, though, is if you can fit any levels of artillery onto the set, because you could use that to boost the damage of your Wyvern ammo and your sticky ammo level 3. And then also there's Vitality, right? So you might fit Vitality on the build in order to give yourself some defense. Also, depending on what you're fighting, you might try to fit the Guard Up skill. The Guard Up skill will allow you to guard normally unguardable moves. Guts just saved me? Oh, but I died anyways. What killed me? Oh, she had me burnt. That's what it was. I had the fire. Oh, that's too bad. Alright. Well, that was cool. That Guts almost saved me. If only she hadn't caught me on fire. Let me continue though. There's one more thing. So, I said Kieran beta in the legs. I said Kulve beta in the helmet slot. I told you 3 levels of Zenitjiva armor, 3 different Zenitjiva armor pieces for the head, the waist, and the arms. But then you're probably like, well, what kind of mods should I use on this setup? Should be 2 recoil mods, 1 shield mod. You can have guard up on the build in order to guard incoming attacks. You can have vitality. You can have artillery. Artillery helps you with the wyvern ammo and with the sticky ammo level 3. Alright, we're back. Ah, she still got us. It feels like we're not doing very good damage. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we're fine. It's kind of a close one, though. You saw that, right? That was kind of a close one. Those fire attacks are dangerous. It's really all the danger of the fight is with her fire attacks. I'm a little concerned we're just not doing enough to her. Oh yeah, the earplugs. The earplugs must be reducing the level of guard I need to block that roar.
Keep looking. Don't let up. We're bound to pick up the trail somewhere.
It is called worm steak. I knew it wasn't called wyvern steak. Somebody said wyvern steak, and I knew that was wrong. It's worm steak cannon. Alright, she's gonna get all mad. But we're gonna drop that on her, it doesn't matter. Oh, please hit her. Oh, good. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, so we broke her arm. What do we got on this side of her? Ah, the back tail. Oh, she shed, it doesn't matter. She knocked me over. Get a little bit of damage on that tail beforehand. Ah, so much gold. Alright, we're gonna run down here.
Good work, Fivers. Now get out there and show us how it's done.
What is she doing? What is she doing? So what we want to do is break her tail. Let's see who she's focused on Death Blackout. Nice. We got a pretty big chunk of damage done to her tail right there. So that's useful. Nice. We also got a another big chunk of damage done to her tail, and there's the tail's broken. Very good. Now we can focus all of our attention on her head. Oh, there's her fury.
We're the ones to get it done.
We're just gonna stay safe. So if you're ever wondering where am I safe during the fury, if you're a pretty good distance in front of her, you're safe, and also if you're behind her, you're safe.
Oh my. Oh dear.
So we want to bring her toward this center pole because the center pole is where, excuse me, Dust Blackout should be able to get mounting attacks on her.
Watch yourself.
She's gonna fall this way. Alright, you can see we blew up a Mega Barrel Bomb on her head already, dealing 450 damage. Dust Blackout really should have the wake up here. Oh, but he's not gonna get it. Neither am I. She gonna roar. She gonna roar? Oh, we shot her in the head, but only one part of it hit. Looked like Dust Blackout missed that there.
Watch yourself.
Nice, 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 nice. Put this worm stake in her head. Oh, it didn't even land in her head. I thought it was closer than that. That's sucky. Josh fainted. I don't know who Josh was. Whoa, she got us. She got us. Let's play it safe. Let's go ahead and have a Mega Potion. We don't want to mess ourselves up. You can see how important it is to do that bit of mount damage in the beginning. Oh, oh! Yeah, that bit of mount damage in the beginning in stage 1 really helps us with getting the mount here. So Dust Blackout, that would have been risky, but he had a mantle. Ooh, he's gonna get that. Is he gonna get it? Nope. There we go. Nice job, nice job, nice job. Oh, she's going for that one, so we're gonna run over to this one. Get these Mega Barrel Bombs done ahead of time. We're gonna plant these Mega Barrel Bombs on in front of this pole, because she's gonna run into the pole. And then I guess we'll put this health booster down for now. There she goes. And actually, what we can do here, take a nice shot at her head. Alright, we got a nice shot at her head. Oh, and there she goes. Nice. Good job, everyone. Shamar Jones says, Gameconomist, interesting question. Which monster would you like to see Behemoth versus in a turf war? Which monster? I would like to see a Barnos. A Barnos, one of those little flying pterodactyls. I'd love to see a Barnos take the Behemoth down in a turf war. And then that Barnos stands over Behemoth's flailing body, and it becomes like king of the hill. And all the other monsters bow down to it. And it begins the new reign of the Barnos kingdom. And all animals enter into serfdom underneath the Barnos. That would be amazing. Broke while mounted. Yes, that's always a fun thing to do. I would love to see, what if while we're waiting for Iceborne, what if Capcom added an arena fight where it's set loadouts. The loadouts will be kind of decent, but then you go into the arena and you fight all of the arch-tempered monsters at the same time, and they don't attack each other. What about that? All 5 of them, or 6 of them, or whatever. Excluding Zenitchiva, he'd be too large. So it'd be like Teostra, Lunastra, Nergigante, who am I missing? Kushala Daora, and Valhazak, all at the same time in the arena. How cool would that be? That'd be OP. Behemoth versus Vespoid. Yep, exactly. How's it going, Vanthana? Okay, done with that. You know, I thought that the Gunlance did fine. Gunlance was definitely okay. I think that the fact that it deals explosive damage gives it some advantages in this fight in particular. Let's see what kind of bad rewards we got. This is reward cycle number 3.
Welcome, welcome.
Nope. Nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, sell all. Pretty much what I was expecting. Let's go ahead and clear out our inventory. Somebody's doing some construction work outside of my window. Probably going to hear that. We will grab the Forager build. And we're going to go up to our items, and we're going to clear items. Alright, very good. Let's go ahead and post.
Hi.
I think somebody said they were leaving. Oh. Yes, accept the quest. So we've done Hammer and we've done Gunlance. Let's see what we're going to do next. I gotta look at that thumbnail to see what we're doing next. Lance. We're going to do Lance after this. Oh, cool. I like the Lance. Joshua says, Gameconomist, how about a budget normal Gunlance? Normal shelling Gunlance? I never use normal shelling Gunlance, even the Kiara versions of them, because they're all bad. Look at that, we got feline insurance. Ooh. Imagine a boss run mode where you fight all elders on top of boring Magdaros. I think I coined that term, didn't I? Arch-tempered boring Magdaros. God, man. So what you're going to do, you're going to shoot this inanimate object as a core. After that, you're going to fight Arch-tempered or you're going to fight Nergigante, but he's not tempered or arch-tempered. Also, you don't get to kill him. He leaves. Right. And then what? All right, and then after that, you get to go operate a cannon for a really long time. Wow. And this only takes you 20 minutes. So this is a hardcore gameplay that we wanted. What if they had shrunk down Arch-tempered Magdaros and you actually had a real fight with them and you had like a moveset? That'd be cool. They would never do that. That would be impossible. Be like a baby Arch-tempered Magdaros or something. Palico versus Behemoth. The Palico. Well, we already know the Palico would win because, as you all know, the Palico have infinite life. Like they're unkillable. So Palico versus Behemoth. Given enough time, the Palico wins. Nothing kills the Palico. Oh. Clear this out real fast. What Kulve Taroth weapons are you still looking for? Well, I know for sure there's two I still don't own. It's the Spark Insect Glaive and the Spark Charge Blade. I feel like there's a lot Capcom can do with the arena. They just don't, and I don't know why.
There it is. At last.
Alright, we'll grab this real fast.
Reminds me of that time. Now get out there.
Yeah, I don't really know why. They showed us that they took the moss swines and they made them like large and they're one-shotting, and it was a fun event and they ran it for a single day. And it's just kind of like, why don't we have more of this, man? They don't do much with the arena. But I don't know. Probably some explanation. Oh no, I missed the, that's too bad. Alright, that's okay. We'll just start gathering. I fell off too soon.
Over here.
I got Spark Charge Blade my second run ever. Did I say Charge Blade? I meant Spark Switch Axe. Yeah, I've got the Spark Charge Blade. I'm missing the Spark Switch Axe. My bad. Kura Mori says, how would you feel if we had his ability to trade weapons and decorations? No, that wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. It would be an interesting mechanic, but the problem is they would really have to change their game if they did that, because basically I've talked about wanting an economy in the game and the ability to trade, but I've thought more about it, and they would really have to change their game for that to work. Sure, maybe they would. I don't know. People like to trade, though. The game, I think, would mostly become an RNG game if they did that. Maybe they could do something like allow you to loan out a build to a friend once per day. That'd be cool. Like a, just a way to tempt your friend and to keep playing so that they can become powerful. A guy named D is attacking in phase 1. Yeah, I'm doing like 14. What do I actually do? 17. Look out. Kulve about to die here. Oh, there's my neighbor. Do you have the Empress Ruin Switch Axe? I do not. No, I do not. How did Mr. Clean faint? These Gajalakas need to hurry up and make. Okay, let's test this. We're dropping this. Let's see what happens. Okay, we dropped the boulder. Yeah, when the boulder... Well, no, actually, look. Okay, one guy's made... Oh, there's another guy that's made it. Would they have done it anyways, though? It's hard to say, actually, because look how many of these gold we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That actually seems kind of typical for this area to have 4 gold show up. Yeah, just 4. That's actually pretty normal. Are there any that still don't have it? Oh, I think they've been attacking them. Alright, let's jump over to where she's at. We were running a test there, because they were saying that when you drop the boulders on Kulve Taroth, the Gajalakas will make more scattered gold chips, and it looked like they did. On the other hand, 4 gold, scattered gold chips for that whole area, it just seems like a pretty normal amount, like what we would normally have, even if we didn't drop the boulders. Oh my god, that hunting horn gonna make Kulve go to stage 2. How's it going, James Dice? Nolan Adams, Gameconomist. Would 3 levels of Intimidator stop the aggro from the Gajalakas? Yes, it would, but you don't actually want to do that, because the Gajalakas have to be aggroed to you in order to make the scattered gold chip. This is something that I've learned. I tested it personally. They have to aggro you in order to make those scattered gold chips. So you don't want it. James Dice asks, which weapons have I done? I've done the hammer at this point, and I've done the Gunlance at this point. Fcan Karaglu says, I'm new to the game and I didn't understand why you're doing this following in stage 1. We're gathering tracks and we're not attacking, and what happens is Kulve Taroth leaves on her own in 8 minutes, and then once she's gone, everyone goes back to the hub and starts a new run against her, and they'll be at Pursuit 4. It's a very efficient way of killing Kulve Taroth in 2 runs. You can learn all about it in this video. I'll paste it in the chat room. There you go. So if there's anyone who's still not sure how to do this, that will explain everything. Yeah, it's a pretty good video. It's only 6 minutes long, and it teaches everything as far as I'm concerned. It teaches most of the important things. We're still questioning whether dropping boulders is worth it. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't know. The only problem I have with it, let's say that it does help. The only problem I have with it is I don't want people to be trained to do that. It's much easier to simply tell people not to attack. So in the case of teaching, it's easier to just tell them, think with one mindset, don't attack her. If it's the case that you can drop the boulders and you get, let's say, more scattered gold, which we haven't proven, even then it's not really needed. We've learned that Pursuit 4 is actually very easy, so it's not even a big deal. More scattered gold chip over here. See you later, Vampy. Have a nice day. Fcan Kuraglu says, thanks a lot. No problem. Joseph says, just watched your previous heavy bowgun cluster build. Is there an alternative to curing gauntlets on your defensive heavy bowgun build? There's no alternative to it, but there's a few primary ways to build free element. A few methods. So you have the Kulve Taroth gauntlets beta, or is it the alpha? I think they're the beta ones. You have the Kulve Taroth helmet. You have the Kirin leg guards, beta, and then you have the free element ammo up charm, and you have the Kirin chest piece. So there's a variety of good free element weapons, or free element gear in the game at this point. I believe the Kulve Taroth gauntlets do give you the free element. I have to double check that. Slacker is asking if I did bow already. I'm not going to do a budget bow build. I don't think I recommend trying to do the bow at a low level. I think you should be using the bow after you unlock either the spread jewel or the force shot jewel. One of those, and the mighty bow decoration. So you kind of have to unlock those before budget bow really comes into play. Yeah. When spamming join session for 30 minutes finally works. I spammed it for 20 now. Dang, man. I should like, maybe I'll form a line before, I don't know. No, I'm not going to do any of that. It's too much to manage. Because it sounds like people want into this session. Alright, let's go ahead and do the next weapon. What's the next weapon we're doing? Let me look at it again. Oh, right. I said we'd do Lance. I don't know if I have a Lance build set up, so we might have to make it from scratch. Here's a Garandara set. Alright, I don't like what I'm seeing, so let's change this. Rather than Garandara... Wait, it might be right here. So we can't use Taroth Crest Claw. That's a Rarity 7 RNG weapon. What we can use... Oh, it's just not here. Wait, is it this one? Is Fiendish Tower. There we go. Fiendish Tower. Fiendish Tower. I should go ahead and fix the augmentation on this weapon. What do you guys think? I'm doing it. So we're going to jump down to the trade yard, I think. Gameconomist, which one of the entries from the Iceborne Weapon Design Contest do you want most to win? Oh, I've kind of forgotten them a bit. I liked the Underwater Hunting Horn. What was the one I liked the most? You know, there was one I didn't like right away. It was the lance with the hand, but actually I think over time that one's grown on me. Shoot, man, I need to look them all over again in order to have a good opinion. Maybe I should do a follow-up video of that. I'm trying to remember. I remember that the ones that were doing the ones that were most popular were like two that I was not interested in. What am I doing? Oh, right. I'm grabbing a Noda Garen gem.
Hey there.
We're going to meld items. Jump over to gems. We need an Oda Garen gem. You can see I have 0 Oda Garen gems, and I only have 1. I have 1 of these gold Wyverian prints, and now I have 0 Wyverian prints. So you can see just how expensive it is for me to add affinity to a Rarity 7 weapon. Jump up to the workshop. Gameconomist, is Longsword viable for Kulve Taroth? All weapons are viable for Kulve Taroth, so the answer is yes. Shammer Jones says, Gameconomist, it's unfortunate that other YouTubers don't make gear guides similar to how you do. Oh, thank you, man. Let me know what you like best about them, or give me an example of what you liked the most, because YouTubers often don't know what people want, and sometimes when you're making a video, you're just making a video based on guesses, really, just guesses. So we're going to go with affinity increase. Alright, and our Oda Garen gem is gone. But our very valuable Devil Joe Lance is going to be much better now. Let's jump back to the Gathering Hub. Gameconomist, Bobby just mounted Kulve in Pursuit 1. One second. I'm in the loading screen. His name was Bobby. Check this real fast. There it is, Bobby Alien, HR63. Let's invite him to a... Oh, no, I can't because my microphone sucks. I was going to say, let's invite him to a party and just tell him, but we're not going to do that. Sorry, Bobby. Bobby came this close to me offering him a party invite. I need a new headset. Sorry, Bobby. You're not allowed to mount. Alright, so let's refresh our items. And now let's go ahead and rework this build. So change equipment. It's a Devil Joe Lance. And we're going to give up Kulve Taroth Ire for Part Breaker instead. Oregon Mail. So now we have full Part Breaker. And we're going to give up the Breaker Charm. See, it only gives you 2 levels of Part Breaker. And that's not going to be as efficient. By the way, let's resort these. It's not going to be as efficient as Handicraft. So Handicraft 3 versus Part Break 2. See that? So Handicraft ends up being more efficient there. And then Nergigante Helm is fine. As long as we also have Weakness Exploit. So we have Weakness Exploit, Empress Greaves giving us health boost, that's fine. Jump over here. Alright, here's what we're working with. Let's go ahead and finish off health boost. We're going to finish off Weakness Exploit, very valuable. We're going to finish off Maximum Might. And I would say you could put guard up here, but we're going to play without guard up. In my opinion, instead of trying to guard any of Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth's moves, you should just I'm sorry, any of her fire attacks, like the vomit, the fire vomit, you should just avoid it entirely. So that's what you should really do. We're going to go ahead and build... What do you think? I think protection is fine. 1 protection. 2 protection. 3 protection. And then the last one could definitely be fire resist. Show me fire resist. Dragon resist, water resist. Here it is. And this could definitely be a crit decoration. Here it is. This is the build we end up with. Health boost, divine blessing, weakness exploit, handicraft part breaker, 1 level of fire resist, and 1 level of crit boost. Okay? You're gonna lose that white sharpness pretty fast, unfortunately. It's just the way it is, though. Alright, I think... Are we done?
Good evening.
We are. Okay, let's go ahead and begin the siege. Also, we're gonna save over... We're going to save over this build right here. Fiendish Tower. I don't know. Will I ever do budget builds for Kulve Taroth again? I don't know if I will. Because I'm making all 3... I'm doing 3 live streams. It covers all the weapons. Just doesn't seem like I'll end up doing it. Okay. Oh, Dreams Watson asks, why can't I mount? So Dreams is actually in the... Well, gosh darn it. If I had known he was actually watching the stream, I could have just talked to him in the stream. But since he's here now and things have already been done, let's give him this. We're going to give him the guide for... we're going to give him the track farm guide. Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I announce my rules at the beginning of that? I think I've done so many rounds with my audience of the farm tracking that I don't know if I announced the rules this time. I'll remember to do that from now on in every stream, but I think part of the problem also is that people join mid-stream. But the rules are always the same for my Kulve Taroth lobbies. Those rules are that Pursuit 1, we gather tracks, we don't attack, and then after we're back from that run, then you do an attack run. So the rules are always the same. Oh, and the rules also are, if you break this, if you actually attack Kulve Taroth, you get ejected from the session, unfortunately. Whoa, Walamanga got a handicraft decoration. That's actually very valuable, Walamanga, because with all of the Devil Joe weapons, if you want to talk about end game Devil Joe builds in the end game are, you build the Draken set, and then you use a single handicraft decoration, to bring it up by 1 level, and then the rest of the build goes toward affinity.
There it is, at last.
Alright, let's grab this.
Reminds me of that time. Now get out there.
This is an actual attack run. Where's she at? Okay, she's way back there. That's a good place for her to be. Good, it fell. Dude, she's fast. She's on her way.
See you around, buddy.
She's not messing around. We're just going to take 2. Let's make sure they land. Got it. Nice. Welcome, Stormy World says, you're a really nice guy to your viewers. Not always. I'm a nice guy. Why doesn't she like me? Girls only like assholes. Nice. We got the giant horns chipped. We're done. That's basically it. So she's going to come this way under this. You know, what's funny? You actually have time to go around and gather more materials if you really, really understand her movement in this area, stage 1 of the fight. You actually have time to go around and gather materials again. Because look, I could fill this mega barrel bomb. I could fill this cannon up But I've learned over time, I don't need to. I don't need to. Yeah, she's coming down. Okay, so her mantle's not red. What does that mean? It means we use Mega Barrel Bombs. Mega Barrel Bombs do all the damage. Sorry about that, Terror Boy. Oh, he got me back. Alright, let's jump up. We're going to replace those Mega Barrel Bombs we just used. We're going to replace them right here with the large barrel. The large barrel will let us craft more. Grab these nitro shrooms. Alright, she's coming on around the mountain. Alright, fallen boulders. So, her horns are already chipped. We don't care about her horns. So we're going for the arm. See, we did a crazy 450 damage. Alright, she's up. She's up. Let's move to the next area. She's actually going to pop out over here. At which point I'm sure she will become very enraged. She'll be coming around that? No, I'm just kidding. Let's grab these large barrel bombs. We'll grab this fire herb. And we'll craft more Mega Barrel Bomb. So she's going to pop out of here. How do I know that? It's because she has a set movement pattern. You can always predict where she's going to be based on where she was last. Her mantle's red, so to save on materials, you can really just start attacking her now. Unless you're Terror Boy. At which point you're like, no, we're going to use barrel bombs. Oh. Alright. This is really pretty much the end. She's going to do her roar. And oh, look at that. Her mantle lost its redness. So this could be sucky later. Ah, that's too bad. So she's going to get mad. The Admiral's going to do his laugh. He did it. We're going to actually jump ahead of her because we're going to refill on our barrel bombs a little more. The reason we're refilling is because I know as a fact we're not going to be doing much damage in stage 2, and this is because her mantle's not going to be red when we get down there. Captain Plunk, thanks for your vids, bro. I recently got back into Monster Hunter World, and I'm using 2 of your builds to make my way into the real endgame. No problem, Captain Plunk. I'm glad that they helped. Here she is, your queen. Whoop. Punch her in the face there. And that, remember, that builds up the mount damage. Let's go ahead and sharpen. I don't think we're going to get to finish sharpening. That Gajalaka is going to hit us. Maybe. Nope, we're done. Alright, so it's going to be all about the Mega Barrel Bombs in Stage 2 because no red mantle yet. Jin Jinx has a video on how she pats. I actually have a video on how she pats, Matt. So that's in my complete Kulve Taroth guide. Yeah, I drew a map and everything. Come in here, advertising some other YouTuber. What do you think you're doing, man? Alright, let's see. She's gonna pop out, and we're gonna get these barrel bombs off. There they are. And nice. We're gonna go ahead and craft 2 more. This is kind of an expensive thing to do. Lab CS, just wanted to check in before I need to leave. Thanks, Lab. I appreciate that. Oh, we out of... Oh, I think we're out of ingredients. Yeah, we're out of ingredients to craft Mega Barrel Bombs. So we don't want to be in that position. We're going to have to stop and get more ingredients. I think we'll do it now, actually. Does anyone know what the commander is referring to in the beginning of the quest when he says, reminds me of that time? It's not appropriate for children. Whatever it is he was going to talk about. That's why. Alright, and you know what? We'll even have an extra Farcaster with us in case we need to Farcast out of some lava in stage 4. Why not? Do 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 do. There we go. Oh, we'll make our jump. And we're on our way back. I don't want to mount her. I don't think this will mount her though. Oh, it doesn't matter. So now we have more Mega Barrel Bombs, and honestly, it's going to help because we are not doing a lot of damage right here. Go, got a nice explosion. Should be enough damage, or there should be enough gold for our research. You can just guard this move. Welcome Storm. What is it? Welcome to my world. Said he made sexy time with Kulve Taroth. He showed her his Dragonator. You guys are too much. Oh, she actually hit me. I gotta be careful there. Get this max potion for the heal. So honestly, at this point, I'm just waiting for her to go to the next stage because I don't think, without her mantle being red, there's no way we're gonna break off all of her mantle before she does another dig. Grab this parashroom here. Grab this parashroom. I'm just gonna grab some stuff. Blue mushroom. What else can we grab? Got an adamant seed over here. It's kind of cool. Slashberry. We don't need slashberry. What's this over here? Blast nut? Blast nut's good. I use a lot of blast nut actually. Alright, she's going down to stage 3, and we will drop a boulder on her to get her to shed.
Don't let up. We're bound to pick up the trail somewhere.
These Gajalaka. Third area reached.
Look!
Roar, she's so mad. Alright, and there she goes. She's down. We're going to be able to reach her arm. Of course, we're not going to be able to reach her arm. That would be too convenient. We can eat a dynamite seed. Now we're super buff. Ah, this isn't going to help. We're going to have to bring her to the back of the room. She's not close enough. If she turns, she might be underneath this one. Ooh, she's very close to being underneath this. I don't think it's going to land. Let's try it. Nah, it didn't land. Just testing things. There we go. Alright, much better. Now we gotta do some damage to her. Give me my Mega Barrel Bombs. Oh, I don't have any. What is going on here? Oh, which... Oh, I got the wrong item. No, I didn't. Oh, there's no room. There's no room to craft. I'd never run into that before. Alright, now we can craft Mega Barrel Bombs. I'm going to go ahead and put on my Fire Mantle. It's obvious we're going to be stuck down here a little while longer. It's because her mantle just didn't turn red and we didn't get it to turn red. She gonna hit me? Hit me. Climb up here. She can't kill us because we have Did her mantle finally turn red? We gotta break that mantle. There we go. Nice job, nice job. Oh, we get away from that. That's a fire attack. Those are dangerous. Take a swipe at this tail real fast. Look at that. We wasted a lot of time. It's because we got her into enragement so early in the first stage, and then we weren't able to drop her into enragement quickly in the second stage. So we really struggled with that. Gameconomist, did you do a Sword and Shield run on Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth yet? I believe I did one yesterday, yes. Was it yesterday or was it 2 days ago? The answer is yes.
Good work, Fibers. Now get out there and show us how it's done.
Alright. Look at that damage.
Watch yourself.
She's going to sleep. Alright, poke her in the head. We'll go ahead and put our Mega Barrel Bombs down. It's obvious that Titanium put her to sleep too early. What you want to do is wait for your teammates to get back. You can see your teammates are all the way up here. So the problem is the teammates are not going to come back in time. So let's do a wake up. And let's just get back to attacking her because we're late on that. She's going to stand up. She's going to use her Fury, right? I assume. There it is.
We're the ones to get it done.
We just dropped into blue sharpness.
Oh my. Oh dear.
Who's she aiming for? Not me. Oh, she got me. That hurts.
Watch yourself.
She's paralyzed. What's she doing? Poke her in the head here.
Watch yourself.
Concentrate your attacks on Kulve's horns. Oh, thanks for the advice. I think we're inside of her. That's okay. Oh, getting jumped around there. We actually got a lot of damage off on her. We were like in the perfect position. The only thing is we were getting hit by those barrel bombs. So let's do this. We need to get that mount on there now.
Watch
Oh,
yourself.
she's been KO'd. She's done. She's done for right here. Oh, Jesus, what the hell? Alright, we are all done. Nice job, everyone. Very easy fight. Did it fast with bombs. It seemed like, I think God Terror Boy was trying to put bombs under her to push us away. I don't know if he was trying to troll or not, but I'm not in the business of trolling. I'm just trying to get this video done. Get these carves. The barrel bombs actually do a terrific amount of damage to Kulve Taroth. So the funny thing is, you could easily do the whole run without your barrel bombs, but it's also very expensive. So it's really just something you would be doing for fun. It's not really something you'd want to do consistently. Ninja Bear says, Hey man, how and where can you get the expert decorations and attack? Is this tier 2 monsters? Those are considered rare decorations, and you need to be farming tempered investigations from monsters in order to get more worn face stones and warped face stones, and those will give you a chance for attack and expert decorations. However, keep in mind that the attack decorations are very, very rare, so it'll take you a very long time to unlock those. As you guys might not know this, decorations have different drop rates, yeah. There we go, Siege of Kulve Taroth. So we are done with the lance. This is reward cycle 4, I believe. Pick these up here. And we'll sell all these, because none of them are useful. So that's reward cycle 4. Let's go ahead and drop off these decorations, change equipment. We're going to go with the Forager build again. And what am I thinking about? All right, our items as well. There's my air conditioner kicking in. Alright, let's get started.
Hi.
Oh, wrong one. I do that all the time. Chaplain Dicamos says, Gameconomist, does good luck and vouchers affect the drop rate for the jewels and the stream stones? This is something I actually do not know. Some data miner might be able to tell us more information about how good luck and vouchers work. This is something I do not know yet. Actually, there's a website I'm helping with, and we might be able to add that information to our website down the road. We're just waiting for everyone to ready up. Major says, Jesus, that AC is loud. You have no idea. We have to turn up the TV by like 10 decibels to hear it over the air conditioner. I think what happened was the people who owned this condo before us bought too powerful of an air conditioner for the air conditioner setup that, you know, like the vents. And so when we turn on cold air, it just pumps that cold air so hard that it makes a lot of noise from the actual vents. It's very annoying, actually. Abdul Rahman says, can I see your supporter build? Supporter build? I don't exactly know what you mean by that. Do you mean my forager build? I'm using my forager build right now. Supporter build. You mean like a wide range 5 build? I have a lot of different wide range 5 builds. It depends on what you're fighting. Your CFM sound too high. I don't know what a CFM is. Do you mean my air conditioner? Can you hear my air conditioner, Captain Plunk? You're probably hearing that in the background.
There it is. At last.
Alright, let's go ahead and grab this stone.
Reminds
We'll
me
jump
of that
here.
time. Now get out there.
What have we done so far? Hammer, Gunlance, and Lance. This, we'll grab this. We'll grab this Wedge Beetle. Bondberry, Blast Nut, Mandragora, Dragon Strike Nut, Honey. What an absolute feast of collectible things. Bitterbug, Mandragora, Adamant Seed, Devil's Blight, more Devil's Blight. I've done this route so many times now. What's this way again? I don't even remember. Is that more Devil's Blight? More Devil's Blight. More honey. I don't even check these other sides anymore. What's this? Blast Nut. I like Blast Nut. Slashberry. Not really needed. More Slashberry. This is a Bitterbug. And this is a Devil's Blight. Are we maxed? That's a lot of Devil's Blight. Dang, man. Devil's Blight's good, too.
You can do this. Over here.
Get this Sleep Herb. Flame Nut.
I'm ready.
There we go. Air conditioner's down. Just wait till the real summer comes and it's like 100 degrees out. You'll hear that most of the stream, that sound, unfortunately. I don't know if there's a way to make my air conditioner quieter. I don't think there is. Blue mushroom. Look at this giant crab. What is this guy doing? You're mine now. Look at that. Gold Kalapa. 100 points. Do you have any tips for Ancient Lushen? I certainly do. Tip number 1, go watch my tip video on Ancient Lushen. I have everything for Ancient Lushen. I did a complete strategy guide for him. It's 30 minutes long. Goes into deep detail on all of his moveset. And then I have another video, 5 best tips for Ancient Lushen. If you're looking for something a little shorter, yeah, I have all the tips. Ancient Legends like one of my most played endgame monsters. I'm gonna jump over here. There she is. Clever girl. I tried Dauntless today. Unskippable cutscenes, waiting in queue, only for the hub to be like 10 FPS. Yep. Sounds about right.
Look!
Daryl says, think SJWs would come after Capcom. Think we're gonna see the handler dye her hair blue. Tell your hunter that he, she are embracing toxic masculinity when they hunt a monster. That's toxic. Yeah. I think I said this in a different stream. One of the things I like about Monster Hunter World is that they haven't really gotten into identity politics at all, and that's really nice. I really do like that. Right? It's a very refreshing feeling, going into a game and not feeling like somebody's trying to shove that stuff down your throat. I mean, honestly, I think if the developers of this game were more progressive and whatever you want to call it, woke, you wouldn't have the handler being saved by the hunter because she's a woman, and we have the commander and the admiral and the hunter, or the old hunter, whatever his name is, they're all old men, so, you know, yeah, you wouldn't see that. You'd probably have some overbuffed woman somewhere. Be like some really buff woman. Just like in, actually Dauntless has that, I'm pretty sure. I saw somebody that was really, no, Dauntless has a few women like that, yeah. Dauntless is more progressive, but that's why I like Capcom actually, because they don't do that here, and it just makes the game feel like a lot more realistic or something. I don't like politics ejected into my entertainment. Entertainment's supposed to be just entertainment. It's not supposed to be a political statement. Hello Gameconomist, chat members, thanks a lot for your nice tutorials. Guys, you're helping a lot. Oh, thank you very much, man. I'm glad that they're helping. Alright, we got another track right here. Pick that up. She's gonna pop out of over here. The handler would have a masculine face and short hair and tattoos and piercing if Monster Hunter World was woke. It could be anything like that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Am I the only one that thinks SJW is a ridiculous name? Social Justice Warrior. No, I don't think it's a ridiculous name. I think it's an acronym that's pretty quickly... No, I think the name accurately, because it carries with it perhaps a stigma of overimportance and maybe arrogance for the people who are pushing so much political ideology in their games and in their Hollywood movies and everything. They think they're a warrior, they think they're doing some really big important thing, and it's just kind of like not that big of a deal. But they turn it into this really big deal. Yeah, so SJW is kind of, I suppose it's not entirely a nice term, but I feel like it's an accurate term. Can someone tell me if Dauntless is a ripoff of Monster Hunter World? Because the game looks like Monster Hunter World with Fortnite graphics. Soulburner, it is 100% a ripoff of the Monster Hunter formula. It is basically the mobile version of Monster Hunter. And people are telling me it's pretty good. Right now, I don't agree. I think I would give, if you were comparing them directly to each other, I would give Dauntless about a 3. 3 out of 10 in terms of rating. You might still enjoy it. One of the things that people keep telling me about is that it's free, and that is surprisingly valuable for a lot of people. Just like what you saw, remember PUBG and Fortnite? Well, Fortnite was free, so everyone played it. And what happened is Fortnite was really successful because of that. So I think similarly, Dauntless is trying a similar strategy, but in this case, I think the quality of value is too large this time. I think that Monster Hunter has such a large lead and a loyal fan base for making such a high quality game. I don't think that you're going to see Dauntless take over Monster Hunter at all. The drop in quality is too large. I don't know, maybe if they could improve the quality of Dauntless and the complexity of Dauntless to get like a really hardcore base of players, maybe at that point. So it's not really there as far as I can tell. It's not really at that point. Christian says, thank you very much for your videos, guys, and all the informative content you produce for the Monster Hunter community. No problem. Thank you very much for your comment. Mortal Kombat is just a ripoff of Street Fighter, then. Well, no, because you have games like, let's say, Battlefield, and you have games like Call of Duty, and they're in the same genre. And they're roughly a similar quality, and they use a similar business model. What's frustrating to people isn't that Dauntless is using the same genre as Monster Hunter World. What's frustrating to people is Dauntless uses the same formula, but they made their game a free-to-play game with a bunch of microtransactions, and the reality is that the quality is low enough that people make this comparison between the two games, and they go, well, this just feels like a sucky ripoff and a cash grab. And that's probably where a lot of the frustration comes from. It's a free market. The Dauntless can do whatever it wants. Dauntless can go in and attempt to compete with Monster Hunter World, and maybe they'll take some of Monster Hunter World's audience, and if they do that, they made the right move, because that's what a free market is all about. So, let's see what weapon we're going to be using next. We are going to be using the Insect Glaive next. Oh, this should be simple. So once again, you're probably going to see a Devil Joe weapon. Grunge Storm, you absolutely are going to see a Devil Joe weapon. You're seeing a pattern with the build setups here. Looks like this time I went for a crit eye. That's fine. We'll do 4 crit eye. We could have done protection again, but 4 crit eye is fine. Bringing our item loadout.
Oh, hello.
And after that, we have the Greatsword. We're still waiting on someone? Yeah, we're waiting on Yukino. We're going to go ahead and start at Pursuit 3. Let's hope that we have a good run. Alright, and we'll eat the Chef's Choice platter, as I've been doing the whole time. So getting back to Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. They're both in the fighting genre, but I feel like they're different enough from each other. I feel like they did have their own, some of their own innovations that occurred for each game. And if they both felt like well fleshed out games. You see what I'm saying? Dauntless doesn't feel like that. Dauntless almost feels like a copy and paste. Does that make sense? Like somebody copied your homework, but they didn't even do as good of a job after copying your homework. And everything about it screams mediocrity. The music is mediocre, the graphics are mediocre, the engine optimization, right, the efficiency, all the frame rate dropping, all of it feels very mediocre. But don't worry, it's free, and we're going to make tons of money, because actually it's not free, it's a microtransaction game. So when people say, oh, it's a free-to-play, that's terrific for players who go in and they play it and they don't spend any money on it. But the reality is somebody's out there spending tons of money on this free-to-play game because, people get addicted to buying stuff digitally. Maybe that's precisely how it works. Meanwhile, Capcom's monetization policy doesn't involve any kind of loot boxes. Like gambling for children is essentially what a loot box is. They have very limited microtransactions, and I think, considering what a lot of the game titles today have done, I have a lot of respect for them using a very well-known, established $60 for the game. You get the whole game, and then after they released the game, it wasn't any like significant DLC. But they released more monsters into the game. So, and they didn't charge you for DLC. And now we're getting this huge expansion, and you're going to buy the expansion for $40. It's just, I don't know. Some things about Dauntless almost kind of yell at me about changes in game development that I really wasn't a big fan of. I've been playing video games since the Nintendo Entertainment System, and because I'm 30 years old, so I've been around, and you see things in video games that you don't like, but Capcom, they're just nice and clean. There's no tricks. It doesn't feel too greedy. You're getting a high quality product. You're paying a fair amount for the work, and there's no gimmicks to it. And I like that. Dauntless does not feel like that. Leon Fang says, Gameconomist, did you know if you dash into a climbable wall with Insect Glaive, you will stick like Spooderman? Really? Dash into a climbable wall? I've seen that. I've actually seen that. You like hang off of it the way Sheik would hang off of a wall in Smash Brothers. I've never done it myself. I should do it today. Okay, we'll grab this.
You ready?
I'm not against microtransactions, by the way, guys. I think that microtransactions do have a place in video gaming. They just have to be done well, and I don't agree with... I'm strongly against the idea of giving maybe children a way to gamble with real... Oh, what am I doing? There's an attack run. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself too much.
See you around, buddy.
Nice, 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 nice. Sorry, Mr. Clean. I stole the shot, but I knew that the timing was going to be... You're going to be off by like a second if you didn't fire it when you fired it. You can have the next shot, Mr. Clean. What was I going to say? Oh, you can't push it now, huh? Because he's locked in. I didn't know that's how it worked. Yeah, I'm just talking about comparisons between Monster Hunter and Dauntless. I really do think that if Monster Hunter had more competition, that this would be good for consumers. Competition is a good thing. I just think that Dauntless didn't do a really good job. See, if Dauntless was like a really cool, awesome game, I'd be like, yeah, fine, great, Dauntless. It's just the fact that it's kind of this... Oh, darn it, that's gonna miss. It's just the fact that Dauntless isn't this very much high-quality game, and everyone seems to have their panties wet over it. And it's honestly, it's because free-to-play games work on people, man. People like the free-to-play stuff. I think they like not having to pay money for a game. It just shows you how the future monetization plans for games is going to be changing. More games are going to be free to play, and more games are going to have microtransactions in it. Did we just miss that too? Did she stop? Oh my god. She stopped. I need to do a sad face. This isn't even going to hit her. Oh, yes it is. Check this out. She shouldn't have done that. She stopped. Oh, there were only 2 shots in it. Gameconomist, I'm new to your channel, so I haven't watched it yet, of course. Oh, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you referencing something you said earlier? Oh, you haven't seen, maybe my, track farming guide. Is that what you mean?
You can do this.
Let's go ahead and pull out these Mega Barrel Bombs. Gameconomist dropping 2 in a row for nothing. Actually, the first boulder, even though I did fire at it, which means I would have missed, somebody else's rock actually hit it first. So it was me and somebody else. And then, so I suppose you can count that. And then the second one, yeah, I thought that she was going to keep going. She wasn't. She was done. She was going to stand there for a while. All right, we'll go ahead and craft more barrel bombs. Let's go ahead and jump up here. Oh, we don't need fire herb. We need large barrels. Remember back in the 90s and 2000s when all you had to do was go to Walmart and GameStop and buy a game for $40 and that was it? You get the whole thing without having to spend for DLC. Yes, I do remember that, but I also remember video games not lasting as long. So there is a bit of nostalgia for old game development, but game development today has really become far more complex. Our expectations have changed since the 90s. Gameplay today has to have really significant end games, like really complex, long-lasting end games, and the graphical quality has gone up. We're desensitized to more things, so the level of innovation and experience that you expect out of a $60 game has gone up. Also, explain how it's been a long time, right? It's been many years, and inflation's a thing. So why hasn't inflation affected video game prices? Why are they still at $60 where they shouldn't be? Because not only do we have inflation, it's also more expensive to produce a high quality game. So the price of the game should be probably around $80 to $100 per game. The problem is the developers know that people don't have $80 to $100 lying around to play one video game. They know they don't have that laying around. So they said, you know, we won't shift the price up anymore, but we're going to sell you DLC and we're going to sell you microtransactions. And of course, part of their job is to just earn as much money as they can anyways. So a lot of things have changed. You have YouTube channels like, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Oh, Yang Ye, who he villainizes microtransactions. His channel virtually exists to, I guess, talk smack on video game developers doing sometimes legitimately very bad things, but one of the things that's very consistent about his videos is he talks about how bad microtransactions are, and I don't really agree with this. Like, I would say microtransactions were really bad if, and only if, he would agree that video games should be about $100 each. Like a AAA title should be $100 each. If you count, she still got me. If you count for inflation, because there's been a lot of inflation, and if you account for the cost of developing a game, considering the complexity in graphics and online features and just everything, the complexity of having to develop a meaningful end game, when you add all those into modern gaming, video games should be far more expensive than $60 per game. So how are the developers affording it? And it just seems kind of silly to be so angry at them when, by the way, they're in a for-profit business. This is not a video games are not a non-for-profit business. So they're in a for-profit business, and the cost of making games has gone up, but the base price hasn't gone up for a very long time. So yeah, I get tired of hearing guys like Yang Ye get really mad at microtransactions, and some of the arguments are very legit too, like making sure that children don't become a victim of gambling addiction, right? So that's a very legitimate argument to make about microtransactions. But telling full-grown adults they can't buy like a skin in a game for some reason, I don't really agree with that. I think that it should be up to the consumers. So if you go into Dauntless and you want to buy, a piece of DLC, which is essentially just you buying digital art that you get to use in one video game, so it doesn't really make sense from a consumer's point of view to buy it. But if you want to do it, you're an adult, and that's how you spend your money. It's just like people who buy Coca-Cola. It's not good for you. Actually, is very well known to be bad for you, and it costs money. You're giving some guy profits, but if you want to spend it, that's your job. That's what you get to do as an adult. Spend your money however you want to spend it. And video game companies aren't charging $100 per game like they probably should, but they, this is how they're dealing with it. Let's get away. Gameconomist, please say young out. His ending is always goofy. I always thought it was goofy. Young out. Vathana says microtransactions are justified when it's not something that should be in the base game. Well, that's the question. What should be in the base game? Suppose you make a higher quality base game, but it requires more time and more developers to do it. So you have less content in your base game because it's a higher cost. How are you meant to offset that cost and provide as long of an experience as another video game that maybe had a weaker experience, but a cheaper experience for them to develop? See, there's a lot of complex things going on in a video game when it comes to like having to afford to develop a video game. No homo, Wallamunga. So yeah, I just think when it comes to microtransactions, there is a legitimate concern for children becoming addicted to like gambling. Spending like $400 on a game at the age of 11, nobody should be doing that. Something like Candy Crush, right? Nobody should be spending that kind of money on a video game at such a young age. It's clearly not good for them, and I feel like it's kind of I agree with Yonge that it could be like considered a predatory practice at that point. So when you hear a game is free, it's not really free. If it was free, those companies wouldn't make any money. The reality is those companies make not millions of dollars, billions of dollars. Those companies make billions of dollars on those, quote, free games. They're not free. They're paid for. They're paid for by people who become addicted to buying those microtransactions. And lots of people end up, you'd be surprised how many people actually end up buying those microtransactions. So Dauntless isn't truly a free game. Oh, what's happening here? Give me my character back. Dauntless is a free game in the sense that you can download it and add it to your console without paying for it. But in the end, it is being paid for by someone. Somebody's paying for the game. Trust me. It's just not you. Get that orange buff. Now would be a good time to have a mount. She can't hurt us with our lava if we're... Uh-oh. That's gonna hurt. Oh, she got us. I knew we were in the pathway of that, unfortunately. Let's get a heal going. We're good on the heal. Can't hit us with their tail if we jump over it. Look at that. I knew where her head was going to be. Oh, that's not her Fury state. She's just using another move.
Oh my. Oh dear.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it was. It was her Fury state. Oh, we're safe. We're on the other side. He's got his... Okay, he's got his mantle on. Nice. So, she's going to that one. That means we should stay here at this one. What about loot boxes pay to win? Like if Capcom giving you a chance to get Elder Dragon armor pieces at HR1 as a beginner. See, that's something... Again, when it comes to monetization, I feel like that's fair game. But the question is, will your consumers stand for it? Will they actually enjoy a game where you can win the game by simply paying real life money? And the answer is no. People won't stand for that. Smack her in the horn a few times here. The tail's broken, right? Wait, is the tail broken? Oh, I don't think the tail's broken. Picked up our orange buff here so that our buffs don't expire too soon. Remember, we don't have power prolonger on this build. Oh, she still got me. Gameconomist, you can't hurt me with your facts and logic if I ain't hearing it. Checkmate. Damn, he got me. Yeah, I feel like fanboyism's something anyone can become a victim of. They don't think properly. Alright, and we'll put this barrel bomb down by the tail because I suspect this will definitely break the tail. Arch-Tempered Nergigante says, Gameconomist, please say... Uh-oh, she waking up? Hold on. There we go. Tail broken. Dauntless ist... hold on. Air bomb leak? Air bomb leak? Am I saying that right? Air bomb leak? Air bomb light? I've forgotten how to pronounce my vowels. I actually haven't practiced my German in years. Oh, look at that. She's doing it again. Oh, she actually hit me. I'm gonna die. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Oh, we're still alive. We're still alive. Look at that. No problem. Let's get this sharpening going on. Nice. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, look, we can do some damage to the head while she's up there doing that.
Watch yourself.
Oh, nice damage. She's like, "Rrr." Ah, she gonna kill me. Oh, she is gonna kill me. Shh, Jesus, man. Nice, 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 nice. I'm referring to Ancient Lesson. Oh, I see. You haven't seen my Ancient Lesson videos. No problem. Are we not doing any... Oh, there's only 3 of us? I did not even see that. Oh, no. I got hit by the ceiling. We're good, we're good. I didn't realize there were only 3 of us. I was like, why is it taking a little while with her? I was going to dodge it. Here, let's get our Temporal Mantle on because I wasn't going to use it, but let's use it because we need to win this. More fire, man. Oh. There we go. I was using the wrong button. Ooh, she's quite far along on her enragement. We need to get a knockout here. We need to get a kill on her. Get these horns broken. Gameconomist, there's definitely a lot to consider when talking about microtransactions, fair price points, what can be considered fair game to developers. Well, it's not about being fair for developers. What's fair for developers is to make as much money as possible. That's what everyone's gone to work for. Your job in a capitalistic society is to make as much money as you can. And I think people these days don't like to hear that almost. It's like, well, what are you living in America for? It's like the point is to go out and offer as much service as you can at the best price possible. And if you're earning too much money, what's supposed to happen is somebody else comes along and says, hey, I'll sell you the same product, but cheaper. That's what's supposed to happen. Come taste my green juices. So if the microtransactions are too expensive in one game, you're supposed to go to another game, and that game offers better. Wow, we didn't get the win! Alright, that's sad. I was attacking her horns the whole time, so I don't know why we didn't get the win. It was a 3-man, but it was also Pursuit 4. That should have been easy. My guess is that not to beat up on anyone. My guess is that Mr. Clean was doing crowd control on Kulve Taroth, but he wasn't actually contributing any damage because I saw a heavy bowgun there. Heavy bowgun means he would have been using sticky ammo. Sticky ammo, we know from doing Pursuit 1 horn break runs, we know that sticky ammo is really not a good enough damage. So he was probably going for crowd controls there when we actually needed damage from all 3 players. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe Terrorboy was having trouble landing some hits. I was hitting her horns like the whole time.
Good evening.
All right, let's go ahead and collect. Also, we did lose Mr. Clean. I think Mr. Clean fainted at one point, so that probably actually caused some problems too. Wouldn't it be funny if we got a new rare weapon from that though? All right, that's sad. Why did we lose a guy? I didn't even see why. Oh, did Red Rex lag out? Maybe that was why. I saw you guys talking about that earlier. So that was the insect glaive. Let's move on to the next weapon. Grab our forager horn, forager setup, empty out our items. We're not going to count that run, so we're still at 4 reward cycles. Red Rex rules. It was I disconnected. It was me. Yak, 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 yak. James Dice, Gameconomist, you deserved it if you only waited for the last group to come back. What is he talking about? Oh, did we start at Pursuit 3? I don't even remember anymore. Maybe we were at Pursuit 3. I disconnected, but my insurance protect. Wasgoal says the end point of earning as your goal being earning as much money as possible just makes you into EA, where it becomes so extreme that it backfires on you. No, I completely disagree with this, Wasgoal. So Wasgoal, what I would say is EA has been a bad capitalist. Essentially, EA has not provided what people expect at the price that they're paying. And what happens is when consumers are dissatisfied with the product that they're receiving, they end up not wanting to spend money next time. Terrorboy says, make sure Mr. Clean and I get in the next run. No, I'm not going to be doing that, Terrorboy. It's just going to be whoever gets into the run. We're going to be wrapping the stream up very soon. I have one more build to do. I'm not checking on any kind of lines or queues or anything. I'm just blasting through this. Not just any bully, but cyberbully. What are you talking about? I would say the end game for, I know this is probably hard for you guys some people to accept. The point of a corporation is strictly to make a profit. If you go to college to take business ethics, one of the classes I took when I was in finances, there is a little bit of a debate where some people say that corporations should be involved with the community that they're in to some degree. But the counter argument to that issue is that corporations are really only doing ethical things to the degree that those ethical things lead to profits, right? So when you hear your local grocery store donated money to charity, the grocery store does that because it knows there's a goodwill cost, right? There's a cost to not having the goodwill of the people. The people either like you and they shop at your store because you've built your brand, or you've failed to build your brand and you don't have any goodwill with the people. David Larson, playing Dauntless, girlfriend thought it was Fortnite. It is Fortnite. What are you talking about? Thank you. But as I was saying, so businesses have a job to build their brand. How you feel about the name EA, that feeling is EA's brand. So EA has done a bad job at building their brand. But what is the point of building a brand if you're a corporation? There's strictly one point to building a brand: profits. So all companies are in the business of building their brand and selling products for as much profit as they can. Now, you could make an argument when it comes to certain types of products, like maybe healthcare, that is actually bad for society for healthcare to strictly be for profit. You can make arguments like that because you could say, like, maybe medicine shouldn't be a for-profit good. It should be a good that keeps people alive. But when it comes to something like entertainment, it really is strictly for profit. If a company has to hire developers who are being paid $50,000 to $100,000 a year to develop a game, there's no way that any serious AAA developer will be able to produce a game without having very, very strong financial backbone. And when you're talking about that, you're talking about creating an organization, creating an organization of corporate interests who have investors who have to pay their investors. And when you're talking about investors, you're talking strictly about people who are going to loan you money, because those people loaning you money expect to make their money back. They say, we can invest in Coca-Cola or we can invest in EA Games. And our decision is going to be based on which one of those two companies is going to earn us the most money on those investments. So it does become strictly about profits. And when you say EA really backfired because it went for too much profits, I would disagree. EA has done a bad job at earning more profits because it allowed its brand to be damaged by some of its actions. But in the end, the bottom line of a corporation always strictly is profits. And that's, again, an issue that you learn about if you take business ethics in school. You'll learn a little bit about those kind of issues. I hope that was interesting. Look at us, we're talking about all this stuff. Where are we, by the way? She just went in there, so she's coming out over here. Right? Am I doing that right? I think, yeah, I'm doing that right. Yeah, the mushrooms are up over here, so she's definitely coming out over here, right? Or was she done with her second loop already? Now I can't remember. Oh, yeah, there she is. I doubted myself. I was like, I wasn't sure if I did that right with the doors that she was going to come out of. All right, we'll grab this barrel bomb over here. Angel says, I agree with you. It's simple economics. I'm late to the stream, but I assume you'll be making a condensed video on these budget builds. No, I probably won't, actually. With the budget builds, I'll probably just leave these live streams up for people to... I've thought about actually hiring an editor to take my live streams, though, and doing exactly what you're talking about, condensing them. The problem is, I don't exactly know how much it would cost to hire an editor to do that. Maybe if they work on contract, maybe like, I don't know, maybe like $400 in a month. I don't really know how much they would want. I don't know how much I could afford, to be honest. Gold footprints, scattered gold chips. Copper Calapas Hall. Look at those gold fragments. Captain Plunk, thoughts on government subsidies that keep failing corporations? Keep failing corporations alive. Well, Captain Plunk, it is a complex issue. In general, I believe that here's the problem with saying that a company's too large to fail. Okay, so in 2008, America and the rest of the world had its big, dangerous recession, and the recession, of course, was caused by people defaulting on their home payments, and then the housing bubble popped. And then we had some major companies like AIG and what were they called? I can't remember their names. So you had the certain banks were failing as well. You had the car companies like Chrysler were struggling in all of this. And the question was, do we let them fail? And what does failing mean? We mean, do we let these companies go bankrupt, close their doors, and they don't get to sell cars anymore? Or does the government bail them out? And what does a government bailout really mean? A government bailout means that they take your money, taxpayer money, and they give this taxpayer money to the companies so that the companies don't go bankrupt. And then the companies are required to eventually pay that money back. But the question is, can you, if you're struggling in life, can you just make a big loan from the government and then pay it back later? No. So the government's doing something special just for companies. And the argument then was, well, if these companies fail, it's going to be really bad, because what'll happen is all these people who used to have jobs with those companies will suddenly become jobless, and this will accelerate the problem that we're in. It will cause more joblessness. It'll cause more mortgages to be failed to pay, to be paid, and then we'll have more houses becoming devalued. So the argument was, we'll do a stimulus where we help these companies out. And again, the stimulus is really just your taxpayer dollars that the government takes and gives to these companies who eventually have to pay it back. Now, on the one side, you could say this is a good idea because, again, it cuts off the bleeding. It's like a safety net, so that you hit a bump in the road, but you're caught by the government safety net, and you're given a chance, like a second life, to turn everything around, and you just pay back all the money you borrowed from the government, like a loan. Okay, but here's the other argument: if companies, large companies, know that they're too large to fail, that the government would rather bail you out than let you fail, how does that affect their behaviors when it comes to making risks, when it comes to taking risks, when it comes to gambling with other people's money, right, in the stock market, and when it comes to corporate greed? How does it affect them knowing that there's no way for them to fail, because if they really are having a serious problem, they can run over to the government and ask for a huge loan? So it's an interesting subject. It is hard to say. I want to say that there are situations where government bailouts for companies is okay. It depends on whether or not that company is really secretly a good company. So if it's a company that just kind of is not that good at what they're doing, they have a clear pattern of incompetence and falling behind the business market, you should definitely not be bailing them out, because that's a bad investment. However, if it is a company that can turn itself around and can become profitable again, then yeah, you probably should bail it out. So that's the question that you have to ask. And some people would say the free market should answer that question, and the fact that they need to be bailed out is the answer in the first place. No, they are incompetent, and instead of bailing them out, you're supposed to let them naturally fail. That's the whole point. They failed the test, they lost in the market. And then other people think that, oh, well, sometimes you hit a snag, and sometimes you need a loan from the government to get out of that snag. So it's two very different perspectives, and I think I do fall in the middle on this issue. It's a matter of how valuable is that company, and can that company turn itself around? When it came to the car companies are they're a big deal for any country's economic system, because car companies are hard to start. That's why Elon Musk was so impressive when he started up his Tesla company. It's very hard to get into the automobile industry and to compete in that market. And if your automobile industries fail, you're going to be losing out on a lot of sales that you would have made of American cars, because there's all these European cars and Japanese cars and Korean cars that want to sell in our market, but they have to compete with our American companies. So I think when Obama did the bailout in 2008 for the car companies, it actually was the correct move at that time. AIG is questionable, though. AIG was a questionable one. Let me think. We're doing our last build of the day. Let's see what that is. Oh, it's the Greatsword. Okay. Fiendish Tower. Man, I am a talkative person. I could talk all day. Here's what we have going on. So because the Damascus chest is so valuable here, we actually do build it. and that means you're going to have to be adding Part Breaker into your set with decorations. Now, if it's the case that you really don't have those Part Breaker decorations, you can drop the Damascus chest and bring the Uragon chest instead. Alright, now let's look at these decorations. We do have health boost. Where's that coming from? Oh, Empress Greaves Beta. You can see the 2 Destroyer gems or jewels in the actual Empress Greaves. Again, if you don't have those, drop the Damascus chest plate and take the Uragon chest plate instead. Alright, yeah, everything actually looks really straightforward here. Handicraft Charm coming in handy once again. I think the Handicraft Charm has easily become my best recommended charm for any new players. Get that level 3 Handicraft Charm. It's really good. Alright, that's the build. Let's refresh our items actually before we go. Oops, not that one. We want this one.
Hello.
Oh, and we're waiting because we are at Pursuit 3. We have one person by himself. We're just going to get started. He probably could bump it up to Pursuit 4, but we're going to play without him. Wallamanga says, please talk all day, best voice, no homo. Well, since you said no homo. Slacker says, I legit listen to the stream even when I don't watch them. I think some days I talk better than others. It's just a matter of like concentration and how clear my head is. Sometimes my head's more clear than others. Let's see what Lonnie, Shanks, and Boost actually have, huh? Kiarbo Spark with Affinity Increase. Peak Performance, huh? I'm not actually seeing any... So there is one thing I don't like about this build. It doesn't have any Thunder Attack, and that's kind of the primary damage output from the Kiarbo Spark here, is your Thunder Attack value, because your raw damage on the Kiarbo will do nothing, considering it's... Considering Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth has too low of a really a hit zone value for shot damage, so she has a really terrific hit zone value for thunder damage. So the lack of thunder here is really not that good. You could probably drop Quick Sheath and take Thunder Attack. Oh, hey, there we go. Look at that. We got Pursuit 4. Listen, look at these guys. They're gonna lose their position. Watch this. I just dropped them. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me for my sins. Here, let's go ahead and post it again at Pursuit 4. Aw, I feel bad for them. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe you'll get back in. They thought they were safe. They thought they were safe, and then I reset. Yukino says, stop leaving me. Oh, and it's a different group. We got Josh instead. Josh using Taroth Sword Spark. It's pretty straightforward build. Crit Boost, Crit Eye, Weakness Exploit. Shanks going Kiar, Blitz, Thunder. This is a pretty legit weapon right here. It's like one of the best weapons you can use against Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth. Pretty straightforward build too. And Lonnie with that Kiarbo Spark. And she's got Thunder Attack. Very good. Yeah, that's where a lot of your damage comes from. It's just your elemental damage. Because your shot damage is gonna do terrible damage no matter whether she's glowing red or not. Brishogun, Gameconomist, very informative, critical thinking. Believe it or not, I love talking about business. I love talking about politics, religion, philosophy, all of those kind of like stuff you would talk about in school. So when I'm not playing games, I'm usually thinking about or talking about one of those things. Slacker says, Gameconomist, he doesn't have any damaging skills other than peak performance. He is there as support. This is true, but the thing is, Thunder Attack is so cheap, there's no reason you would want to skip it. Also, when it comes to playing support against Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth, I feel like you really only need to use any kind of wide range support in stage 4. Stage 1 is extremely easy. Nobody should be dying there. And then stages 2 and 3 really are not that bad. They're pretty easy. So it's just stage 4 is probably the only stage where you need to be thinking about wide range as a serious, like, oh man, I'm going to build Quick Sheath so I can put my weapon away sooner, right? See what I'm saying? Kulve Taroth has been out for a while. Slacker says, forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. Say 3 Hail Marys and 1 Apostles' Creed, and God will forgive you for masturbating. Anime is a sin. Alright, we got the Greatsword now.
You ready?
Captain Plunk says, Gameconomist, do you have a Discord server? We certainly do. It's actually one of the most active Monster Hunter Discord servers, I'm told. We have the link to it is in the description of my video, in the live stream right now. Mr. Clean says, we show Gameconomist that we aren't low rank peep. What? Oh no, that was too early. Hey, we got a stagger on her at least. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the actual game now. I don't remember what I was saying. Something about the Discord server. Yeah, there's a link in the description of every video and every live stream. So go for it. You can come in. You can see if you like it. See if it's for you. Oh, it didn't hit her. That's too bad. The person who fired that, if they'd only fired it like a second later. See you later, F. Can Karanglu. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Probably not. BB Cole says he joined the Discord today. Thanks for joining, BB Cole. I do like having people in the Discord. It makes it more fun. More people means more conversations. Fatana says, I like talking about game production. I do too, actually. Did you know originally I went to school. The very first time I went to school was for business, finance, and there was a point where I was in school for computer programming, right? And I ended up finishing my degree in computer science. And one of the reasons for that was because I was interested in making games. Surprisingly, now I play games, like full-time. This is what I do full-time, is I play games. So I guess kind of like oh no, they knocked her horns off just as I hit the button. Kind of like dream come true for me, basically, though. So I don't make games, but I do talk about them. I guess, you know, if Capcom ever wanted me to come in and maybe give them feedback on some ideas they had, I would totally be down for that. I feel like I'm a good candidate for that kind of questionnaire, perhaps, or perhaps game testing for their Iceborne, because I mean, just by gameplay time, 2,800 hours is a long time to be playing this game. I feel like I have a very sensitive understanding of the game at this point, and I would be able to tell very quickly what kind of changes feel innovative, which is really what companies should be going for when they work on a game. The innovation is everything. A game's always most fun the first time you experience it. Drop this right here. I feel like one thing I would be good at helping Capcom with is with making the end game more satisfying. Oh, there's my air conditioner. Alright, we're gonna jump up here. Oh. Oh. We'll grab this fire herb. Herb. It's got an H in the name, but you don't say herb, you say herb. Isn't that funny? Maybe somebody pronounces it herb somewhere. She gonna be mad. Shogun says, Gameconomist, I'm at the Gathering Hub in your lobby, but I'm not sure why no one's joining my Kulve session. I'm not sure, Shogun. You should go for the Kulve Taroth solo run, and let us know if you win. Yeah, I don't know, man. Are there people waiting around? Because it doesn't really make sense for them to wait around at this point. Bam, I got her right on the head for like 350 damage. Fighting game producers invite pro players to test their game quite often. Yeah, that's especially important for a competitive game, I feel, because competitive games need balance, and it's not always immediately clear, you know, how the game needs to be balanced when you have pro players. Oh, dang it. Pro players who really know how to take advantage of really specific mechanics. That's cool, though. I think more game companies should do that, have a closer relationship with the pro players and with the players who put in the most hours on their game. It really is. It's like having free game testers. I would do it for free. Capcom wouldn't even have to pay me a penny. I don't care. I'd just be happy to help. Gameconomist, I was going to try Taroth for the first time, but ended up getting the Monster Hunter 1 error every time I tried joining a lobby. Reset my game, but still got the error code. Not sure why it happens. I have no idea why either, Angel. You and I are both confused. That sounds like a good problem to do a Google search on, because I've never experienced that problem before. Getting lots of damage out. How's it going, Archer? Thanks for joining the stream. By the way, guys, my streams are always available on my YouTube channel after they're done, so you can always go back and watch them if you want. Oh, that's going to be fire. Let's just stand over here. We'll go ahead and sharpen since we're waiting for her to... Oh, Lonnie's getting hurt. Yeah, we'll just stand over here and sharpen. Why not? You don't want to be in that fire. That'll kill you real fast. Let's smack this arm. Oh, she still got me. That's too bad. You know what's really dangerous? When she knocks you down like that, and then she goes into one of her fire vomit moves. Can you tell Mr. Clean to chill with the lobby spam? Jesus Christ. I don't know what you mean by that. Lobby spam? Is he like talking too much? Is that what you mean? Oh, we lost Lonnie. Alright, we're going for the tail break. Oh, I don't think we got it. Nice 300 damage there. Oh, I can't believe we missed that. Ah, we didn't get that either. I gotta say, I think that the hammer actually does a better job against her than the Greatsword. But maybe I'm prejudiced. She's gonna yell again. Oh, no, she's not.
Keep looking. Don't let up. We're bound to pick up the trail somewhere.
I think that this budget build is doing great, though. There we go. We broke one part of the tail. That's good.
Look!
What's she doing? She looks like she's already mad. Oh, why's she turning around right there? She needs to be under this thing. She's gonna walk forward, right? Yeah. She's down. Right, time to chop her up. She's still red, so we're good with that. There goes that mantle. She's got to stand up. Alright, we're done with that arm. She's gonna shed. Is she gonna shed? Yeah, she shed.
Watch yourself!
I dodged it. Oh, she still got the roar off on me. Can we smack her tail? Love to smack her tail once. We got it. We got a little tail smack. So we have some of our white sharpness missing. Let's go ahead and sharpen up before we really run into there. Alright, and we'll have the fireproof mantle.
Good work,
Put this
climbers.
on. So we're nice and
Get out
tough.
there and show us how it's done.
She's going for Lonnie. Lonnie's gonna get behind the tail. Good job on that. It's a nice little smack there for us. Trying to get some good mount damage on her. This is gonna hurt. Oh, she missed us. Oh, it's like getting a hit in for free. Oh, we got the mount so early. Alright, is Kulve Taroth Fury here? It's actually not a bad time to be mounted. Ajiku says, hey Gameconomist, is it hard to dodge the roar? I tried so many times and it still effed me up.
Oh dear.
It is actually pretty hard to dodge the roar, I would say. jump over here. Wow, did she just slam the center pole? I've never seen that before. She definitely did. That was the center. Alright, here comes the charge slash. Right out in the open. Everyone should be here by now, so we're good. Wow, we got a really nice fast mount with that. We're going to charge this up to tier 3. There we go. Nice and easy. Alrighty, nice. We're going to see what rewards we get before we wrap things up, though. How's your fit goals going, people? It's summertime. Oh, gotta get that beach body. You know, it's funny, when I play Dauntless, I'm not as capable of talking with you guys, and I know why. It's because I've played this game for so long, I can multitask. But when I play Dauntless, I can't multitask because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna commit Lava Floor since I can't grind for any Kiara weapons. Center pole comes only when the mount is the first CC. Oh, interesting. Bro, I just realized there's only 2 weeks left of school. Nice. Summer break, man. That means you guys can spend all your time watching my videos now. Watching my live streams. BB Cole says, are you streaming tomorrow? I'm going to be streaming every day if possible, roughly around 1 p.m. Central Time. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and perhaps it'll leave you... Well, I guess you have to hit the bell to get a notification, but yeah, from what I understand, when I go live, you get a notification. Now I can go play Dauntless later tonight, and all the Dauntless fans can get mad at me because I'm not saying nice things about it. I lost 16 subscribers to the Dauntless streams. 16 very mad subscribers. I don't know what I'll do. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up some rewards.
It's so good to see you.
Kulve Taroth Siege. Obtain rewards. We have weapon we already have, weapon we already have, weapon we already have, and weapon we already have. That was the 5th reward cycle and no good rewards, which is becoming typical of Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth runs. So tomorrow what I might do are random Arch-Tempered Kulve Taroth runs, that is runs with randoms, so that we can see just how bad it is. So I haven't played with the random lobby in a while, and I suspect it's not a fun experience. Alright, well, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next stream.
How's the hunting?